Okay, so where we pick up, Bannofix location unknown. Dash Aragin Maynard, you've all been brought together in a single cell.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I'm gonna interrogate them.
Yeah, sure. So
I'd
over
love-
the first hours, there were many questions,
Yeah.
but now you're all together in a large cell with no bed, just a damp stone floor, and one corner of the cell is slightly lower, and that corner stinks of urine. It's close to pitch black in here. There's a faint light from under the outline of the cell door, but you had a good look when you were brought in here, when there was a torch behind you. There's a large bucket to use, but it was already full when you were brought in here. And there's also a large jug of water, but you've now emptied it and nobody has refilled it, and neither of you been brought any food. So it's hard to say how much time has passed. It could be days. It's really impossible to tell. You're racked by hunger and thirst. It's not particularly cold, but it's impossible to rest properly. So we're going to add a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Is that disadvantage on saves?
Skill checks.
He's
Not
trying to
safe.
nullify Maynard's minimum of 10 by giving him disadvantage, but he
Yeah,
still
well,
gets the
Son
19.
of a bitch.
But it'll
Yeah,
roll
there
out some of
goes.
your really high rolls.
There goes your silver tongue is now a grey tongue.
Um,
Man, this Inquisitor's a bastard. I thought he was I thought we got on well with him before.
so you've got loads of time to talk now, or anything else you want to do.
How loud are you saying that?
Very quiet.
Arrogance just going to tell Dash
Under my breath.
to shut the hell up when they come in and let Maynard do the talking. That mouth of yours is only going to talk us into a noose.
Says the guy who wrote a one-page email to the DM.
Damn right. Arrogance a wronged party, falsely accused.
We're all innocent, mate.
Nice.
The hangman.
That plate is my birthright. If they're going to hang me, I want to wear it for like 1 minute before. That's my last request. You can hang me in it.
Is that what you wrote?
Hang me in my plate.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Been
there's
waiting
some
40
sound.
sessions for that.
There's some sound outside the door of the cell, and you hear kind of laughing, and someone's opening the lock, and the door is pushed open, and the two guys with clubs ready standing in the doorway, and behind them are soldiers with short swords and halberds. The soldiers aren't moving in, but the two guys with clubs are, and one of them says, "Here they are, let's fuck them up." Okay, so what we've got.
Oh no!
I'm gonna stand behind Dash.
Yeah, okay. Take your tokens.
I'm gonna roll
and
initiative
release them.
because
Hang on. You've got
going to the
time
lower corner.
before you roll initiative. You've got time to stand behind Dash.
No.
Okay.
How's that possible? My back's been against the wall the whole time we've been in this prison cell.
I'm going straight for the bucket of bloody slop as an improvised weapon. I'm going to smash someone over the face with it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's full
So
too.
arrogant. You've got time to pick that up before you before anything kicks off.
So if anyone comes at me with a club, they're
Arrogant's
getting
got
a
a bucket
dousing.
of slot. Okay. So the soldiers
eyes,
aren't
that's gonna be
entering the cell. Okay.
Okay, can I shut the door?
Do,
Can I lunge at the door to shut it? Would the two guys
18 initiative.
not really. Okay.
Do we recognize these guys?
Maynard, the light's not great, but Maynard, sure, roll me a d20. 18 initiative for Maynard,
4
Yep.
from Dash.
4 for Dash.
So
That's how
is
we got
this
behind Dash.
a disadvantage my perception check or whatever it is?
It's a perception check at disadvantage. Yep.
Arse.
Oh,
Oh,
just roll
that's a
off.
7.
Rolling the 20s away.
Okay. You feel like it's just a bit too dark to be able to really it's to be able to get a good look, but it's no one who's like obviously recognizable. Okay. So Maynard, you're first. You've got no weapons. What do you want to do?
Is there like a bed leg or anything?
Bucket. There's a bucket of piss, which Aragin has just picked up.
Yeah. I
Is
will.
it just piss or is it mixed bucket?
Looks like I'm behind
you
these
have to assume
guys.
it's mixed.
Oh, okay. Vicious mockery.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not a good idea. He's just going to beat the shit out of me. I'm
Do
going to
it.
try and vicious mockery using ventriloquism. Make it look like it's come from Dash, maybe.
Okay, sure. Okay, what you find? It doesn't seem to. What are you saying?
I'm just going to say, Jesus, this guy looks pretty weedy. I reckon you could take him, Aragin.
Okay. You say that. Yeah, you say that, and he says,
just behind Dash. I'm just behind Dash as I say this. So hoping it figures Dash has said it. Maybe.
the first guy in says, "Yeah, you'll be taking it up the arse." Maynard.
Yeah.
You feel like your attempt to cast vicious mockery didn't do anything.
Oh, dampening field, maybe magical field. Okay.
Okay, you can inspire. Bonus action.
Oh yes, actually. Yep, I'll inspire Aragin.
Dash.
Okay. And you can also action surge as soon as you want to.
Yeah, I'll probably save that.
Okay, Aragin, you have a big bucket of piss. You've picked up this big bucket of piss, and who knows what else is in there. What do you want to do?
I'm saying this guy looks thirsty. I reckon he might like to drink this.
Yeah, well, Maynard's already mocked the guy without causing him damage, so I'm just gonna heft the bucket at his head.
What, the bucket or the contents of the bucket?
Okay.
The whole fucking thing.
No,
It's
just
like
the
missile.
contents.
You might as well hang on to the bucket.
So hang on.
Yeah, the bucket.
I reckon
Well, yeah, then I'm gonna get shit on
empty it in his
myself.
face.
I'm just I reckon I'd do a better job with my fist. I'm just gonna
You should empty
launch
the
it like
bucket
a
first.
projectile.
Okay, I'm just gonna add a
splatter
bucket
at
to
us.
your. I was just gonna add a bucket to your character sheet here.
I'll duck behind Dash after I to try and minimize splatter as much as possible.
Be careful with that. That's our toilet.
Okay.
Look at this shit now.
Do I need to use the bathroom? Because if I do, now might be a good time.
I'm not holding the bucket for you.
Okay.
That
So
background of stews.
so to make an attack, Aragin.
All right. Come on, 20. Oh, that's not too bad. Should I use the? Yeah, I'm going to use the inspiration. I want to hit this guy smack in the face with it.
Oh, precision strike.
So what you can use, right? You can
can
use
I?
your inspiration to attack, but you can also do
Precision
Can
strike.
I precision strike? Oh, or is there a trip
you can
attack?
definitely precision strike.
Wait, can I disarming strike? So he
Dunking
drops his
attack?
sword,
Is there
and I
such
want
a
to
thing?
pick up his
He hasn't got a
his
sword,
club.
he's got a club.
Yeah, can I disarming attack him with my bucket of shit?
Can you dunking attack him?
Can you? Or does it have to be a melee attack?
Let's have a look. What is Baldur's Gate lets me, but that's not a very good. Lets me do a ranged trip attack, but let's have a look.
I don't like unarmed fighting at all in D&D.
Yes.
No,
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority dice. Oh, which sorry, that's
I'm
trap.
fine.
Where's disarming? Yeah, it's just a weapon attack.
Okay, so you're gonna do a disarming strike. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so basically,
And
right?
I am going to use my inspiration on the attack roll. That's a D8 or a D6? D8, isn't it?
It's D8 these days.
Okay, you can, but aren't you confident? Okay, he's wearing leather armor.
I want to nail him.
So
That's
you-
I
really-
like,
want to
do you
nail him
need
in the
to?
face.
do you
with
reckon you
his-
need to?
yeah, he's done it.
Yeah, and I rolled an 8.
Okay.
I think he wants to actually hit him in the face.
Yeah, I want to hit him in the face so hard with the bucket of shit that he drops his club.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so we need a D8 and rolls an 8. Okay.
Yep.
And that's for the inspiration. Okay, and we
Yep.
need a extra D8 damage.
Oh, damn, I should have saved the 8 for that. Oh, what's wrong?
Now you can roll another one.
Yeah! 8! Yes!
8.
do
So this
8
guy
damage
is
in the
armed,
face.
comes in to beat up
Possibly
some
9.
unarmed guys.
Because
Arrogant.
would have broken his
Okay,
nose.
and we need a D4. We need a D4 for the damage.
Oh, people come on 4.
Come on.
What was the second 8?
3.
That's
That was my
damage.
superiority dice damage.
That's
So I've
yeah.
done him like 11 plus
14
strength.
damage.
14 damage for the bucket of
14
shit.
damage. All right. 14 damage. He's sent
Yeah.
in.
A bucket?
Okay.
Does he drop his club?
Oh, no, the
Yeah,
door.
he
If-
does.
I'm diving for it.
The door's
Okay.
open.
Oh, and then I'm going to action surge and fucking smack him in the face with it. Teach this kind of lesson.
Okay, Aragin.
Well, I'll grab the
Second
bucket then.
attack.
Yeah.
Second attack.
Oh.
Are you gonna like?
Gonna use the club.
Can I club him?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
You're
Yeah,
gonna use the club
That's
again.
fine. Second attack. Yep. Roll a d20. So hang on, you're gonna have to move forward to the doorway.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. Yep, definitely.
Is it biter? That you
It's
just
not
All
biter.
right. Now, yep, let's go second attack. Now I'm going to, if that hits, I'm going to trip attack him. I'm gonna just
Okay.
KO this guy and make the second guy think twice about whether he wants to come in.
Okay, yeah, that hits. That hits. 8 hits.
All right.
So
Oh.
you actually threw away your inspiration there because it didn't like it adds to your hit roll.
I don't care. I wanted to hit him in the face with the bucket of shit. It was worth
Yeah,
it.
okay. Yeah, you smacked him in the face. It took him by surprise. Okay, so we need
That would have broken
a
his
D4 and a
nose.
D8.
14 damage.
14 damage. A D4 and a D8.
he would have got a mouthful, I reckon.
This guy's going down.
Oh,
Lost one of the dogs.
Okay.
I'm glad
Okay,
I'm-
and a D8. And he rolls a 2.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna-
so
I'm just gonna push Maynard out.
Alright.
in front.
If that doesn't drop him, I'm gonna
Okay.
action surge.
Get in there.
it doesn't drop him. So you okay, you're gonna do action surge.
Yep.
Okay. And you're gonna attack him again. Go for it.
Yep.
Don't
Ooh.
kill him. It'll be.
Well, yeah, he's not dead, is he?
He's not
Right.
dead.
Did he?
He's
Did
still
he drop prone?
Because imagine if we
No, he
killed one of
didn't.
the guards,
No, he
they've
didn't.
got they've
No,
shot
okay,
their
No, he
then-
hands
didn't.
with.
He's like
Then
he's got his hands up protecting his face as you just like smashing him with his own club.
Yeah, I'm gonna trip attack him again.
But he's covered in stuff, right? Like he must have.
Oh
worn it.
yeah, he's like there's just like pisses just dripping off him while he's trying to protect himself. Okay, 18. Yep, sure. And you're gonna trip attack again.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, go for it. Hang on. Yeah. Did you just roll an 8?
You just do like
Yeah, and a 2 for damage.
22 damage total or something.
Oh, this would be about 30 or 40 approaching now with all my strength bonuses.
Okay.
Real careful, eh? Because you could wipe
Okay.
him off the face.
Okay,
of the
you've
planet.
knocked
Now-
him down. You've
Okay.
knocked him down.
Now that he's knocked down, I'm going to step back and just say, "No, you're better, son. You come in the cell, I'm going to beat you to death."
Okay.
And just see what they do.
You're up next for your turn.
Right, I might be on trial here, but I'm not putting up with this shit.
Okay. Dash, your turn. This guy is knocked down in the doorway. Arrogance foregone his last attack.
Is this oh yeah, there it is. So if the other guy isn't actually in the cell yet, the next one?
No, he's not.
I reckon we can free object interaction and pass the club round, right? Just go, whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
Here you go, your turn. Whoop, whoop. One weapon, that'll do us.
Okay, so this is the guy
I
with the
don't
club.
think you
This
can
is
do
the,
that,
this is the
surely.
guy with the club. I'm gonna step forward
Seems
Yep.
fair.
and
Well,
smash him.
He's already on his
No, not the guy
on
that's
his-
down. Not the guy that.
well, the guy that down is the one in front, obviously.
Oh, I can't get to the one behind. I thought that you at least got one of them into the cell.
What you can do, you
No.
can kick him in the head while he's down.
Okay,
Pick
can
up the bucket.
I
Don't-
mush
don't
his
kill him,
face
though.
on the ground? Like, can I just like
Sorry?
smear him in the mess? Can I just
Sorry,
smear,
say that again.
can I just smear him around? He's on the ground, right? Can I like
Right.
can I just like wipe his face in the mess on the floor?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Yeah. So basically, right, you're like bits of turd all over the doorway now. So Dash,
And,
are you
and
gonna like just
I'll reach back for the club. Can I, can I reach back?
you can't pass a weapon around and like no, that's ridiculous. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's
He
fair.
can- he can-
enough.
he
I'm
can
gonna
ready
imagine
in
that.
action
so
to
Dash,
receive it,
what
though.
are you doing?
Yeah,
If
I'm
you had a
throw him,
proper
no
long
pass it.
sword, you could just go cut. Yeah, here you go. Next turn.
I'm just gonna give him I'm gonna smear his face in the mess, and then I'm gonna move to the
Okay,
side.
so Dash reaches down, picks up the biggest turd he can see in the dim light, and just like smears it all over his face.
Can you guys roll
And he's
d6
like,
to see which one of your turds it was? Is that important? Like, is it Maynard's
Sorry?
turd? Is it Arrogance turd?
that's-
Because if it's
that's
Arrogance turd, it's going to be
bucket.
small and like little pellet shaped. If it's Maynard's, it could be quite large because prolapse. So, can we do a roll to see whose turd it was?
No, this is just like from the bucket.
Oh, just from the. Okay, so it's anybody's turd.
He said it was full when we got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fairly
That's
large
rough.
bucket.
Yeah,
It's a fairly large bucket, and you have to presume it wasn't just.
So you just
I'm
like.
gonna dodge.
number one.
I'm gonna
coming out with a log.
I can't dodge, can I? No.
Well,
Just
You're
use
going to
my-
roll an attack roll for
Was that a
the.
free? Was
the
that a
turd?
free face interaction, or was that my action gone?
Yeah, no, that was your action. Okay,
Okay.
so what we do now? So what we do now is this guy who's on the ground, he's just going and the guy behind him, drags him back, slams the door shut, and you can hear say lock it, and there's scrambling.
Lock it, lock the door.
Wait,
Okay,
is the
so
other
we're-
is that guy in there? Like, is the one dude already in the room?
No.
No,
No.
I'm gonna
he
yell out.
didn't even.
I'm
He didn't
gonna
even
yell out-
properly make it into the room before he got like ripped to pieces.
I'm gonna
Surely that broke his nose. He
I'm
took
gonna
14
leave-
damage from a bucket of shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna yell out. Can you bring another bucket, please?
You should just turf it through the grates of the gate of the door. Although that might separate the poo from the weed.
Okay, okay. So I think we're out of combat.
Can you bring me another bucket, please?
What a bizarre short battle that
Wow.
was.
Yeah. They'll think twice before they do that again.
They might come in with a bigger group.
They might do with some
Or just
weapons.
a pike. Yeah.
Mind you. It's dangerous going there with weapons because you just took it off them. So you've actually got a club now.
Yeah.
So we now have a club in the cell.
Yep. I will just lean that up near the door casually.
So
No.
Arrogant, you've now got a club and a bucket. You could do your two-handed fighting.
Yep. Use
The
it
bucket's
as a, like a buckler shield.
the bucket hasn't got the same weight that it did. Now, one problem is now, like you're in this. It's not a small cell, but the ventilation in the cell is like not really there.
But it can't have been great
and-
with this open bucket sitting there anyway.
No, absolutely not. But now it's actually spread everywhere. It's
Hold on.
pretty foul.
It was.
Dash has got
Well,
it all over his hand.
Are we sure they weren't coming to give us some food? Might be a while before we get fed now.
I'm gonna wipe my hand off on Aragin. I'm kidding.
No, I will hit him with the club if he comes near me with that hand.
Yeah, it's back to dark again. So about a few hours later, someone's unlocking the door again.
Oh dear! Hopefully they've got a new bucket.
No,
Maybe they
There are
wouldn't have told the
6.
Inquisitor.
there are 6 well-armed guards looking very, very alert, and an old woman, and she brings down a jug of water. And as soon as the door opens, she's like,
Oh.
Yeah. What are we going to do to get this place cleaned up?
so
Can
she
we get
sets
a
down the
cleaner
jug
cell?
of water. She sets down the jug of water, and she takes the old jug, the empty one, and then they close the door again, and so you get some water.
We have some food.
But-
And another bucket.
There's no way you're getting your bond back on the Sally. Fucked it up.
And the doors all locked up again. Well, you've got an empty bucket now, so you got a bucket to use.
True, it didn't break. I thought it might have broken, given how much damage it had done.
And that lets a bit of fresh air into the cell. But time passes, and who knows how long? Maybe a day, couple of days, hard to say. And then, after a long time has passed, okay,
I might
you've
try a
had no
cantrip or
food.
two.
Even Aragon's starting to feel pretty weak. You
Does
can't
our
really
cell
light
have a
cantrip?
Does our cell have a window?
There's no window.
Okay.
Is there a light?
great.
Can I cast a light cantrip?
You try and cast a light cantrip, even that doesn't work,
Oh shit.
and you're just getting quite weak from hunger.
We'll be on the lookout for rodents and, well, not birds, I guess, but things that Bannofix might be. He really could have stopped by and dropped us some food and water and stuff. Really would have been appreciated.
Yeah.
I don't know, they weren't
And
feeding
then-
you.
And then again, you hear the door being unlocked.
Or if you turned up, you would have known.
You
Yeah.
hear the door being unlocked, and standing in the
Like,
doorway,
Turned out.
standing in the doorway on his own, is the Lord Inquisitor with a candle. He says, "Can all of you walk?"
Yes.
Throw
Oh.
some shit at him.
Yes,
Good.
my lord.
You want some of this?
Just lob a turd at him.
He says, "Well, let's go."
And
You
I will,
mentioned, you mentioned this
as
pitch
we're
black
walking
room
out,
and this
I'll-
turd just flies
I'll
out.
hand him the club, reverse it over to him and just said, I think this belongs to one of your guards.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
And he says, "How did you get it?"
Well, I'm assuming he was paid to give me a beating by the BHB, and he came into the cell to give me one and regretted the decision. I think he's nursing a broken nose at the moment.
Is that right? He says, "Okay, come on, quietly," and he leads the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go last.
Aragon, you're right behind him. Maynard in the middle,
Happy with that.
and Dash behind. And you get to this large building.
Does
Oops.
it have any gallows or funeral pyres?
Sorry, I'm just like trying to do roll 20 on a small monitor. Okay, so he gets to this large building, and he says, "Yeah, listen up. You've been found guilty and you're to be hanged. I argued for more
What?
time to investigate, but I was overruled. But today I found out some information which makes me think you're probably innocent." And you get to hear, and you pass. There are a couple of guards, and they seem to be sleeping. They seem to be sleeping or unconscious. You sort of have been through here, and you don't necessarily remember the whole. You don't remember. You
Because
don't
it
remember
smells
too
faintly
well.
of kerosene. Just taking it a bit.
Kerosene?
It's taking it.
We were found guilty. We didn't even get to defend ourselves.
And so he's taking you
Medieval
through here.
justice.
Yeah.
Well, you're bound to be guilty of something, right?
Where are you taking us?
Okay. So I'm not standing for that. So come this way. And he takes you to this gate. Sorry, my the speed at which I'm opening stuff up. Be good if there's a hotkey for this. Okay, so he takes you to this gate, and he starts unlocking it.
Who found us
He says,
guilty?
"Yeah, this way." And so it's got several large, strong-looking locks, and he's trying to be quiet, and he starts unlocking them. And you see, dropped at the gate, there's this large bag. He says, "Beyond this, you'll find your way out. A tunnel leads to the moat. I've got some presents here for you. Just remember, I was never here. I've got nothing to do with this. You escaped with witchcraft or bribery or something." And he takes a new candle, and he kind of lights. He's got one candle in his teeth, and he lights the first candle. He hands Aragin. He hands you a candle, and he says, "Go through."
So thank you. We
Well-
won't forget this.
What about our stuff? Can we?
Is that what's in the
benefit's
bag?
sake, I've got to get my father's plate.
My short
I'm
swords?
not leaving it with Sir Clydemount. He gave it to me.
He says, "It's in the bag."
Oh, top man. All right. Well, when we can come back safely, we'll come back and talk you through stuff. Thank you for this.
He says, "Yeah." He says, "Well, today I confirmed a rumor I'd heard earlier. Sir Clydemount, Sir Kidden, the Grasp, and the Earl of Dunskara have a pact. Can't claim to know all the details. I don't know why Sir Kidden wants you dead. Your friend Brian or Bannofix or whatever he's called should be waiting for you. Well, I hope he is. I left a message for him to come. If he's not, you could go looking for him in the timber mill, but he may have left. So go. Leave Tarathian and don't get caught. I can't really save you. If you do want to visit Sir Kidden in his mansion just north of Binnell Hill, be careful. There's a rumor he's got dark powers spawned of the devil. They say he can convince people of anything. If you must fight him, don't give him a chance to bewitch you with his words. Okay, good luck." And he heads.
So we've got some secret way out across the moat of the keep. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's, sorry, I'm just like, okay.
has he got our horse or at least my horse?
So you check in the
waiting for
bag.
us?
The bag
We're
seems to
exhausted.
be mainly plate, but there's also a bag of coins.
That's all right. Bannofix should have got most of our stuff out of there.
Except for
We'll have
the
to.
oh no, we don't.
Yeah.
Did
So
you?
so what you've got here, right? At the end is another is a like a portcullis. Now it's only about that wide. Okay, it's only about that wide, and it's only about, it's only about basically big enough for one guy to crawl through. There's a portcullis, but it's mainly open. You can get under it. You're gonna have to push the bag behind you. And who's going first?
Maynard.
I'll probably go.
Okay,
Yeah,
Aragin, you
Lost
go
the
first.
points.
Who's taking the big sack full of clunky bits of armor?
I can do that if you want to be arms free at the front.
Yeah, it's probably a
Okay,
good idea.
he didn't take your club, so you've got a club, but
Nice.
it's going to be hard to play it. Okay,
Are there
There
any
is.
in the sack?
You hear the squeak of a rat in front of you. Who's Who's got the candle in his teeth?
Can I
Uh,
cast the
if
light
it's a-
cantrip? Now?
Light
Now
cantrip
that
doesn't work.
If it's a candle, I'll
Sure.
probably have to have it. It's not going to give us much
Yeah,
illumination.
I'll
so-
hold,
okay.
I'll hold the candle.
So you head forward. You head forward through this tunnel, and it goes only about 10 feet or so, and then it starts opening up wider to an area where you can not exactly stand up fully, but like stand up crouching. There's a much larger cavern. It's pretty damp. There's dripping bits of water. You hear squeaking of rats, and you head forward. It narrows again, and there is another space where basically you've got to crawl through. And so you crawl for another. Well, I don't know exactly because it's not like because my map got chopped off, but I think it's about 20 feet roughly, about 20 feet, and outside, after about another 20 feet, you run into some thorn bushes that you have to push through very carefully. And basically, you find yourselves outside the castle.
Excellent. So we're free already. We're just wanted men.
Yep.
What's in the bag?
see if we can meet up with Bannofix then.
So we think we should go to what was it?
In the
Timberland?
bag is mainly Arrogance plate, but there's also
Short sword?
a pouch which contains coins.
What about my short swords?
Where that's from? How many coins?
No sign of them. No sign of them.
What time of day is it?
It's night.
You escape to freedom, but the first thing you do is huddle around the pouch and just start counting out the pennies.
Count the
that are
coins.
there.
We're hungry.
Kind of
So,
wondering where it came from.
basically, you're in a ravine. It's nighttime. There's not much sign of life. And Bannofix, you wild shaped to the ravine, not really trusting this. You found somewhere to hide out. You got there as a cat. You found somewhere to hide out, and now you see these guys climbing out. And Arrogant's got a candle, so unless you're gonna stub out the candle, Arrogant's recognizable. So,
Cool.
What do you want to do?
I'm just going to leap on Arrogant's face and just start clawing at it.
Okay, you're no longer a cat.
Oh,
You've
okay.
been here for a couple of hours.
All right.
You
So
can still do it.
I'm glad you did that because you could have easily just had me standing in a cell with a set of lockpicks and wearing 3 guards' outfits, which is what I emailed to you. Just like in an empty cell, going "fuck these fucking guys." You know?
Imagine if it was a Bannofix jailbreak and he came in
Yeah, sorry,
pretending
I
to beat us
didn't-
up and I
sorry, I
chucked a
didn't-
bucket of
I
shit at
haven't
him
seen
and
the
just
email.
about killed him.
Well, yeah, that's right. That would have been great. Just covered in piss. Just piss bucket again.
Yeah, you come to the rescue with this really well thought out like brute squad beatdown.
Yeah,
Yeah, that does look like a pretty good plan. I'm just sorry.
No. It's like if you had
a
already
little
made
bit
up
too
your
late.
mind that this was going to be the solution, my plan is kind of irrelevant.
Well,
I'm just
no.
gonna
If
say-
if you'd been able to email me that there might have been time to do that first, but
Right.
like.
I think this was
Eh.
better because now we know we can trust the Inquisitor to some degree. So I'll reach out and hopefully they're going to tell me the story of what happened.
Yeah, sure. Now, basically, you're huddled in the bottom of this ravine. You're at the southern end of the Binnell Hill district.
So should we is my horse still around and should we steal some more? At least our wagon and other horses got away.
Horse is gone.
I have some information from your
What
email
about
that
the
I'm not
horse?
sure I'm allowed to share about who those brutes were.
Yeah, no, don't share that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was that's information Bannofix didn't have.
I will so where are we?
Okay, so we are looking in roll 20. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can see the inner bailey of the castle. in the keep. So basically, you're just somewhere north of the keep.
Where did I stash the guys our shit? Like all the stuff I took in the handcart through to the inn. I'm assuming I would have brought it with me, but stashed it a little further away from where the meeting place was supposed to be, just in
Okay,
case.
you would have brought, so with you would have brought only the bare minimum.
Yep.
So
Where did
you, okay, the rest of it is stashed in the handcart.
Yep.
A lot of stuff got left in the Tarathian Inn, but the more valuable stuff and most of the stuff was brought with you. So in the Tarathian Inn, you left like some mundane stuff, some mundane weapons like daggers, stuff like torches.
Do you want
that
to
kind of thing.
do you want to just quickly clean up our equipment list then, just so we can have a bit of a stock
Yeah.
take?
So what's on the character sheet? What's on your character sheets? Is basically now what you've got. So Aragin, carried equipment, glaive, magical great axe. So those are the things that Bannofix has brought with him.
Okay.
Everything that says stored. Oh, hang on, this short sword with BHB short sword. Maybe brought that as well.
I think we should go spend a night at wherever we sent. Oh, where did we send that guy to? Sergeant Bannerman. Where did we send him to? It was
Ryman Castle.
Oh yeah, okay. Can't do that. Need to go find the old lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So
reckon we need
Dash,
to
you've
find
got a
somewhere to
rapier.
hide, and then you can wild shape and go back to the inn, grab the rest of the stuff in the morning, get us some food.
I've got 2 rapiers or 3.
Yeah,
Then I
'cause
wonder
we're,
if tomorrow
we're
night
half
we should
starved now.
Yeah. No,
steal some
hang on.
horses, or at least get our
Hang on.
exhaustion.
Only one of those rapiers got brought with him.
Get
I've
out
got to
of
take
there.
the other ones off.
You would have only 1.
Yeah.
I never would have left Clinch
Okay.
behind.
So what you've got with you, right, is you've got some weapons. Clench is gone.
What?
But Clench could be replaced.
All
Who's
those
got left?
notches.
All the notches.
How am I
will
going
have
to know
be...
who's who? Oh yeah.
Okay, but the shriveled bear penis, shriveled bear penis survives.
100%.
So Aragin, the weapons you've got on you are your club, glaive, great axe, a BHB short sword. Dash, you've got your magical dagger and rapier, and Maynard, your magical longsword. So you haven't lost any magical weapons. Okay.
Have I got my magical rapier?
You've got a +1 longsword, +1 dagger.
I think we need to go and get the rest of our stuff.
Because the magical weapons were all hidden.
What is the chance that that room's been
We can't hear you now. Your microphone.
But surely that room's been ransacked by now, right? Like they all know where we're staying.
What exactly
Back in
have
the-
we left behind? I don't think there's a huge amount that's too valuable.
Yes.
I've got-
So what got left behind? What got left behind was nothing valuable because Bannofix basically he knew where you'd hidden all your valuable stuff, and he just threw it into the handcart before he fled. Okay. The stuff that got left in the Tarathian Inn and stables was not valuable stuff, but he did leave a couple of Dash's rapiers.
Okay,
Yeah.
but where's the handcart now?
I'm going to let you go back for it, but
Is it
I,
too dangerous?
I don't think breaking you out.
Don't go back for it. Have the short sword I've got.
So dumb. But I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you do it because sometimes Johnny needs to touch the hot plate.
Okay, so the handcart is stashed, and now this is how I just want to read Bannofix's email because that might make
I may as well use a longsword, right? The magic longsword.
You let me know how much of that email that I was able to start putting into motion.
definitely the first part, the first sentence there. I'm going to visit that bit definitely.
Shit. Okay, I'm going to explain to these guys that
What have you done?
part of my plan was to visit the Grasp and see if they could help me get you guys out by at least bribing some of the guards so we could get some guard uniforms so I could wear them, sneak them into you guys, and also have them potentially bribe a guard to not be on the door. I was going to bring back some lockpicks
So Bannofix
to get you out, but I just don't know how much of that I did because the Grasp was obviously against us for sure. No, basically. But I also did hint at them that you guys had some useful information that they might want. So unfortunately, I might have put a very big mark on the top of our heads.
So Bannofix.
So we can't come back to
Bannofix,
Tarathian until we're massively more powerful.
it took you a while to get an interview with Richard Morris.
Slip
He
Dicky?
says, yeah, Slip Dicky. So he says that, basically it'll be difficult. It might be possible, but the main problem is the castle is infested with BHP guys. Now, the other thing that happened, okay, we are now got to the Saturday. Okay, so you're in there for about 4 days, roughly. Okay, now on the Thursday, there was a battle between the BHB and the Grasp. So Bannofix, Slip Dicky, he says basically, yeah, he reckons, yeah, he definitely wants to help you, but there's a lot going on just now, and it's going to be really hard. He says the castle is infested with Biddle Hillboys informers.
Okay.
Most of the people in there, most of the guards and so on are like either BHP informers or even members or unknown. So the Grasp, the castle is one area of the city where the Grasp is not very
Doesn't have influence.
Doesn't have a lot of influence. So it's going to be hard, but give him enough time, he might be able to help. So
Okay.
that's all he can tell you.
Cool.
He didn't seem at all hostile.
Yeah, understood. And I didn't give him any money either. I take it.
No.
We still have. I'll explain what happened to these guys.
Right. Okay, so that's the situation right now.
Where is the handcart and what's actually in it? I don't know if it's worth.
So the handcart, I assume the handcart.
Surely none of the gems or stuff, or the gold.
Yeah, no, that was all on you, and it's gone. Not all the gold, but like gems, stuff like that.
Oh, fuck.
So when you were arrested,
Except for
you
Bannofix,
lost.
Surely that's
When you
part of
arrested,
treasure now, right?
and everyone apart from Bannofix lost a lot of valuable gems and jewelry.
So first of all, a couple of things. This is not
also
a communist party. I don't need to be sharing my wealth for some people's mistakes. Also, Dash arrested himself. If he lost his share of the gold, can't help you.
Yep. So the other things that were taken from you when you were arrested were a ring of fire resistance.
What? Whose was that?
Oh,
I wouldn't have worn that.
Dashes.
Oh.
I don't remember you saying you're taking that off and
Of course you would. Of course you would.
I didn't know my jewels rings either.
I actually remember.
Obviously we did.
I remember
I lost
Aragin saying,
acid resistance.
"I'm gonna have my nice necklace and all of my."
That's exactly what you said too. You were going to preen. You were going to wear everything worth of any
Yeah.
value. I'm surprised you didn't just like equip jewels on your ear, just like hang them off your ear.
So the things you left were your magical weapons. The things you didn't leave were your other magical items.
Well, I think we need to go get the rest
Well,
of us.
Aragin also lost a potion of invisibility and a halberd. Halberd, Bannofix left his halberd.
Sorry, the glaive was the silver
we left our weapons at the door. So, right.
Well, you left some weapons at the door, but most of the weapons were left in the Tarathian and the stables.
Yeah, but I thought you took your. I don't know if you took your halberd up to the party. Probably didn't.
Have I got my crossbow?
I think so.
If it's on your character sheet, you've got it.
Okay, I've got it on my.
It doesn't mean you've got it on you right now, but
right. So everything that was in the handcart we've collected now.
The cart.
That's what's on our character sheet.
Okay.
Everything except for my rapier.
So, what is this timber mill again? Do we think we can lie low there for 24 hours while we eat and rest? And then I reckon we should steal some horses and try and get out of here.
So Bannofix, and unless you've relocated to Hero's Palace, I don't think you would have done that. don't think you would have done that.
No.
So Arrogant Bannofix.
Yep.
Bannofix was hiding out the timber mill. Bannofix, you can explain to the others that you are 99% sure you're under observation of the North Side gang. You didn't feel really safe there, but you attempted to move to Hero's Palace, but you weren't being arrested, so you're staying there with the kind of intention that if someone did come to arrest you, you'd be doing wild shape and fleeing.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, and maybe grabbing the most valuable items, wild shape and fleeing. But so you've been hiding out at the timber mill. No one's actually come there to arrest you, which like slightly surprised you.
You know
Is there food?
But that's
Yeah.
the state of things.
We should probably leave.
It's
then.
an inn.
We should
Yeah.
probably get out of
Oh,
here.
it's an inn. Okay. Well, yeah, we need to
you don't want to be going back
buy
into
some food
Tarathian.
and gap it.
So
Yeah, no.
I'll go back.
No,
I
we'll
could
just
probably
hide in the woods.
I could probably I can't really
And
wild
get
shape
out
back
what?
into town because I've already used
Can you
one
go
to
and
get
get the
out
rest of our stuff in wild shape format?
Okay,
format.
Bannofix, I just want to remove one of the wild shapes.
Yeah. No. I mean, I can't. I need two of them. Get in, get out.
Yeah.
And also, your stuff won't be there. Almost certainly.
Yeah.
Like that room will be cleared
Okay.
out.
You know what, Bannofix, I better just apply. Bannofix has had tons of chances to rest, so I just want to apply some long rests.
I got the shit. Wrong drop. Fuck it.
Okay, none of that matters, but he has used a wild shape. Okay.
Side note, what
So
would have
that's
been quite
Bannofix.
fun. I don't know how you prepare for this. If you had all of our stuff on a big sheet, like all of the items on a big sheet, and I had 30 seconds to pick. You know, each one of them had a certain amount of weight, and I had 30 seconds to pick within the weight limit. So I was just piling this thing up with all the. That would have been cool. That would have been really
That
cool.
would have been cool, but
That would.
I
I would have left the
was
rapiers behind.
improvising as well.
I would have left the rapiers behind. in that scenario.
So how much money did we lose? Because this is insane.
You lost a hell of a lot of jewelry and rings, but actual cash, not much.
The
maybe
party
a little
treasure
bit.
wouldn't have been there. It would have been all the
Someone's going
individual
to pay for that.
The party
get it
treasure
back.
the party treasure benefits. There's hardly any party treasure. There is a gold ring. There's 100 gold coins. Party treasure benefits stashed in the handcart.
We're going to have to
But
agree
it's
on a
hardly
punch.
anything.
We're going to have to get a quill, pen, ink, and agree on some bookkeeping of our party treasure. I'm not comfortable that we're so low. I don't know where it's been going. Okay, and I'm looking at a couple of you.
Distribute it on character sheets.
Yeah. Okay. We need to bring it back
Arrogant's
together.
going to sit there in his shiny new armor, just looking absolutely fucking offended.
Yeah.
Look, I feel
Okay,
personally attacked.
Arrogant, we're not there yet. Okay, so you are basically you're having this conversation. You're having this whispered
So
conversation.
I'm running
at
the
the
whetstone
bottom of
over my
your
great
feed.
axe.
Somewhere above you are castle guards walking the walls. You feel actually.
Can I
fairly
cast
unsafe
Pass
where you
Without
are.
Trace now? Do you think? Like, but do I still feel dampened somewhere?
You're not sure. You're like very close to the keep,
Okay.
but you're not actually
So-
in it, so you're not sure.
I'm gonna give
I
it a
would-
will.
I'll try a message spell.
Oh yeah. Do that first, and then
Message cantrip.
Yeah, you can cast spells now.
cool. I'm gonna chuck up
I'm gonna-
Pass Without Trace.
Yeah. I reckon we
Okay.
should go to the timberland, get the stuff out of the handcart, get some food, and then bail into the Garrenwood.
We're not
and
gonna be able
find somewhere
to
hide.
Timberlands. That was the inn I was staying at, right? You say? Well, we'd have to get back in through the.
Well,
We're
couldn't
outside
you
the
just-
walls, right?
Couldn't you just get in and then just leg it with the handcart?
Oh, we've got
We'll
that.
meet you somewhere nearby.
Oh, have we? Sorry, is the handcart back at the inn? Did I miss that part?
It is back at the end. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I'm not going to be able to get out. I'm well known. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get out with the cart. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. How would I do that?
Well, is the cart just like down in the stable area, or where?
Where's our carriage and our horses? Can we get that?
That's with the guy back
Well,
down.
yeah. Thankfully, we sent them out of the city.
What,
Although
what
we have
about
to flee now.
what about your warhorse?
Yeah, gone.
Oh, that's some
That's
party.
valuable.
Was that party treasure
thought
as well, motherfucker?
Yeah, that's right. It was there.
That was like the shortest period of time that you've ever had a warhorse for, I think.
Didn't get to use it in battle.
Yeah,
So-
at least it didn't beat the 75 gold you handed over for that riding horse that lived about 10 minutes
Oh,
later.
the one that had his lips burnt off and stuff. Is that the one? Yeah, it's just this miserable nag. Hey,
yeah, it's a bit shit, but
how much stuff can I wild shape with if I'm holding on to it?
Well, you should be able to do it with up to your like maximum encumbrance.
Encumbrance, yeah.
yeah.
I feel like we should go and get our jewelry and other stuff. can you
You're just polymorph into this massively overweight rat who just
Well,
hardly move.
doesn't Maynard have disguise self?
Yes, I do.
Well, why don't you disguise, go and buy some food, sneak around, and if anyone catches you, you can talk your way out of it. Just get to the handcart, get anything valuable. You don't have to grab everything, but any gold or jewellery or anything that's stashed in there or anything that's really useful.
Hang on.
But things like rapiers and stuff we can replace. I've got a short sword you can use in the interim.
Hey, Dougs, I think if
I'll do that.
I think if I was coming to meet these guys and wanted to actually check beforehand, I'd probably have taken some of the more the smaller stuff with me originally. Right? It would
Yeah,
just
you took some you took magical weapons. Yeah.
Okay, so I took magical weapons to them now. So they have those. So wait, everything that's on our equipment sheet is the stuff that we have on us right now, excluding the handcuff.
So what's
okay?
What's on your what it says on your character sheets, right?
Mhm.
Where it says carried, that's what you're carrying. Where it says stored, that's what's in the handcart.
Ah, so I've got a sack in the handcart. I can do without the sack.
Mine
Oh no,
doesn't start
no, I can't.
It's got money in it.
It's got 72 silver coins. I'm gonna need that sack back. What have you guys got?
Okay, so
I've
listen.
got like a
Okay.
longbow and
Okay,
arrows and
the timber
and
the timber mill.
well,
It's a
sets the
fair
plate
way
armor,
off,
that's
right?
all, but
It's a fair way off. It's probably like moving stealthily. It's maybe an hour's walk away,
We'll get
and
walking.
you are tired.
well,
So
I think we need to get some food and then we can go somewhere we can hide and rest. So I still
Yeah.
think we should go there on the way to Garren Wood.
and now you are outside.
there's
You're
somewhere
not
else
only
better.
outside the castle. You're also outside the city walls.
Yeah.
The
So
timber
where
mill is
the timber-
also.
Yeah.
Bannofix knows exactly where to get there. It's in Garren Wood.
Wait,
Where's that? North of us?
Oh yeah.
let's
So
go.
that's the way we want to be going. Yeah, and we're on the north
Oh,
side.
there we go. Yep.
Oh, we're at Garren Wood, so it's actually where I am is outside of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's
Oh, fuck,
is
then
it
let's go.
daytime?
No, it's nighttime.
Oh, it's not time.
You've been stressing over nothing, Bannofix.
Yeah, I thought it was inside. I thought the inn was inside the city. Okay, let's go. Let's. We've got Pass Without Trace on. Let's take our walk to Timberland.
Okay. So you make your way through the night. With there are a few people about,
Stealthily as fuck.
but with Pass Without Trace, I can't without even reading it. I'm not gonna.
Gives you
I
advantage
assume
and a
that-
bonus or something, doesn't it? It's
Veil
you
of
can't be
Shadow and
tracked.
Silence.
Yeah, actually, Bannofix, can you roll us a survival check?
Right.
Now maybe I should read Pass Without Trace.
Sure.
probably should.
11. I got like a
Oh,
plus.
you got +9 or
Yeah,
something.
like that, yeah.
+7.
Plus it.
+7.
Okay, well in that case it's fine, right? So without even reading it, Pass Without Trace.
Doing this, right?
Bannofix, you're pretty confident. You make your way through some back roads inefficiently. Now, 2 levels of exhaustion halves your movement, right?
Not for me. I wouldn't. Are you talking about you guys?
Yeah.
Do you guys have 2 levels of exhaustion for being in prison?
No, it's not
Yep.
till like 4 levels of exhaustion that you get.
No, I thought level
movement
3
halves, isn't
was
it? It's not-
halving
maybe
movement.
3. Yeah, maybe it's 3.
I think level 2 does the.
Attack roll.
Attacks.
isn't it?
Yeah,
rolls, yeah.
attack rolls. Okay, cool. So it takes you about an hour plus.
Oh,
it
it
you
says
make
speed
your way.
halved. It does.
That's on level.
2. It says.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it
As
attack
long as
rolls?
Black Cat is correct.
So attack
Yeah,
rolls is
nah,
3 then.
that's- Yeah, attack rolls is 3. Then
Okay, so it takes you about
4
a-
is hit point max halved. 5 is speed 0.
I'll tell you what. I'll
Takes
wild shape into a horse and let a couple of the guys ride me.
Okay.
Let's rethink this thing.
Yeehaw!
You were pretty keen for that.
Anyway, you get there eventually. And by the time you do get there, it really is the dead of night. It's maybe like 4 a.m. or something like that.
Well, they know I'm staying there, right?
Bannofix.
So I might just
Yeah.
rock in, go get my handcart, and then just pay for a bunch of food and toddle on outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
do you-
one. There's no
do you
one to
reckon-
sell you food.
Do you
There's no
reckon?
one to
Well,
sell you food. but-
wake someone up, and I wonder if you should tell them where
24
you're
hours?
going, as in
Right.
give them a false lead. So when people come looking, you're like, oh yeah, he wanted some food and he got his shit and he left in the middle of the night to go to,
Dunskara.
maybe we say Ryman Castle,
No, I'll say it the other way around.
But
I'll
we-
say,
but
Well,
we're
we-
obviously going elsewhere.
where are we actually going?
Well, yeah, we need to go somewhere to hide, and then we need to go to Escarbridge to meet up with Jim and bloody and the carriage.
No,
It's
well,
already Saturday, right? So like,
Oh. That's right. We
Uh,
had already be there potentially.
is it
Probably
That's
worthwhile?
Well,
fine.
we
We
told
told
them.
him to wait. We gave him some money.
Yeah, is it worthwhile
But
us? You don't think staying the night here would be a good idea?
No, I don't think staying in the
He
inn.
probably thinks we're all going to
I
the
think we
gallows.
need to-
Jim.
Well, actually, to be fair, if I'm being watched, then people know where I'm staying and take a few gold to grease a palm or two. So I'll just go in there, grab the trundle thing, and then fuck off out. I don't think you said we're not going to get any food from here.
well, yeah, I reckon your Bannofix has probably got just enough food to, like he's got a little bit.
Okay.
Or can you steal some from the kitchen?
You're
We need
around.
enough to get a long rest.
Get
Otherwise,
some
we're
food,
never going to
benefit.
get to. It's going to take 3 days to get to Escarbridge.
Would we
exhausted.
would we have enough for that, Tugs? Would I have enough?
You'll
for
have
these
enough
guys?
for a long rest, but where are you going to have a long rest?
In the woods.
Yeah.
So you're going to get well out of town.
Yes.
Okay, so
On
so
the way
what I
to
need-
Escarbridge. If I get spotted by anybody, like
We're all going to hang off
I'm just gonna-
Bannofix.
I'm just gonna flick him a gold and say, I don't care where you tell them I was going, just as long as it's not Ryman Castle. And then head off. That's if I get
Okay,
stopped.
Bannofix, can you roll me a stealth check?
Yeah, going in the
Oh, this
opposite
would be-
direction of Roman Castle, though, aren't we?
I get +10 on this with Pass Without Trace.
How long does Pass Without Trace last for, though?
Doesn't even matter.
Oh.
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. 20.
You just roll a 20.
I did.
Okay.
Did.
So basically, the longer you go, the more people there are about. But by the time you get a couple of hours out of town and it's starting to get light, there are quite a few people around by now.
It's an hour.
But well off the road, there is a small copse of trees where you arrive, and you're going to be able to rest up there for the day. You haven't got tons of food, but you've probably got enough just for now.
I'll go hunting, eh?
So that Inquisitor was definitely gunning to get you guys. He was offering me all sorts of freedom in return for dobbing you guys in.
Oh,
Really?
the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Then why did he let us out? Well, you did say he got some new information.
I was about to tell you guys, and then he unlocked the door and said, "Follow me." I'm like, where's he
Yeah,
going?
so now you've got a good time to talk about it.
Okay, so you dobbed. So Neil, you sold these guys out. Is that what happened?
No.
No? Okay.
I was trying to do it. I was stalling for time.
Okay.
I didn't actually dob them out. He wanted me to testify against you in the court case.
Show me the email.
Don't show the email, but say what you
I'm
want from the
joking.
email.
Yeah.
Okay, but don't show the actual original email if that's okay.
Well,
But I mean, just
wrong with the
say,
email?
like, put it in your own words and say whatever you want.
That's the problem. Whatever in Neil's world, we're not going to believe.
Yeah, his email's probably in 2 parts. It's like what I
Yeah.
want to be known, what'll happen
Yeah.
if I feel
Right.
threatened.
So
I have actually done that before, haven't I?
Who?
He wanted to know about my
In their
relationship with
Dunskara
Graf.
campaign.
He wanted me to testify that although you went to the ruined, that although I went to the ruined manor with Aragin and Maynard, I didn't go inside with them. Perhaps I was standing guard outside. When they emerged, they told you the story that their father had gifted them the valuable items, and then you journeyed with them to Tarathian. It would be helpful if you were to testify that they emerged from the manor splattered with blood. Perhaps they offered you some explanation that you did not think to question until now.
So he actually.
This was the Inquisitor.
It seems a
planting
little.
this.
It seems a little strange.
Yeah, and so I think he was in cahoots with Sir Clydemount, trying to put a case together.
Then why would he let us out?
Maybe
Maybe he got the other
maybe he
information
was-
afterwards.
yeah, maybe he was lied to, or maybe you guys wrote some clever emails. What did you write in your long email?
None of your business.
Arrogant definitely sold the party out. If I can leave with my plate mail, I'll say
Yeah.
anything you want.
Yeah, basically.
So actually, it's a good.
If I can at least be hanged in my plate mail, I'll say it.
yeah, it'll be quick too. That'll snap your neck real quick. What did Aragorn say?
Rattle the grass.
What did Aragorn say when he was interviewed?
I didn't say anything about the wagon or the Rakasha or whatever they are. Did they bring that up at all?
No, I didn't mention Rakasha.
No,
Right.
because I wanted to see if they would
either.
ask.
Rakshasi.
They quizzed me about Bannofix the Witch. Did you get quizzed about that?
Yeah.
What did you tell me?
What did they ask him? What'd you say? What'd you fucking say about it?
What did you say?
They didn't
Just
really
hang
know
up if
all
you can
that
catch
well.
him. He's a witch.
He's a witch. Throw him under the bus.
Did you actually say that?
No.
No, like am I?
No.
Okay.
No, we just said you were this sort of ranger dude that had a few sort of tricks, and that was about it. You
That sounds
definitely
like the
know
same thing I
witchcraft.
wrote. Mine was a bit
But-
more colorful though.
I did say you were super helpful in apprehending the nursemaid, so we don't have any don't question your loyalty or your commitment to doing good.
Yeah, I said similar stuff. In terms of the people out to get you are like sacrificing babies and all lycanthropes and shit, so we seem to have given you the benefit of doubt.
Well, I said I've seen him talking to horses and birds, and he hugs trees. He comes and goes, and is often muttering to himself. It would be better if he bathed more often. He's a prankster that only understands his own sense of humor.
and he
Raise him on fire.
and he has a beer penis.
Perhaps a ranger that knows a thing or two about nature. I once saw him. What does it say? He's pretty good at tending to wounds. I once saw him threaten someone with a quarterstaff. What did I say? I once saw him threaten to insert his quarterstaff up a gang member's backside.
Fuck. See, if I ever get Zone of Truth, man, that's going to be pretty hard to deny now. Yes, I have. Yes, sir, I have. Okay.
I did also get asked about the Earl.
And
He's,
I enjoyed it.
suspicious.
Right.
The Inquisitor's suspicious about the Earl.
Oh,
He's
right.
wondering if we know, if we can prove that he was in league with lycanthropes or anything like that.
Yeah, it sounds like he is tied up with the Binnell Hill boys, and obviously he probably did find out that Sir Clydemount was in a tied up with a plot with the Grasp, and that's why he let us out.
It doesn't mean he's not sus, though.
It
I mean,
doesn't.
if he's
No,
trying to,
yeah.
he's trying to fabricate evidence to make his trial process smoother.
He probably realized that his claim to the duchy was now at threat from the very people that he was trying to frame us against. So he realized he was being kind of manipulated by some like another force that was trying to take over the duchy, because he's with the BHB guys, right? So he's probably got his own eye on the throne, and suddenly he realizes, oh crap, look at all these people working together. They're going to take the throne off me, and he then let us out the back door.
So side note, do you think the Grasp are just unwitting accomplices to something much more dark? They're just kind of being used for an end. You know what I mean? Do this, do that, without the overall picture of what's going on.
Well, I think that's always been Varen's way.
Yeah, I mean, no, Varen wasn't aware of the plot, just kind of.
I think the graph
dastardly
is
things for
running
the
the
fun of it.
show.
Yeah.
It's probably Axe and Mandus.
I did get asked about Neil's mum.
Did you? What was the spot?
Yeah.
Woohoo? Is that what you typed?
I was, no, just I said, do you know anyone called Ruby? So I just denied that I did.
Did Aragin
I
know?
said we knew a bit about her, but not that. Just that Dash was tied up in it all somehow.
Oh, you did throw me under the bus.
Besides,
Well, I did start to wonder if I didn't mention that you were her son.
Oh, I mentioned it
Oh,
because
okay.
I figured you'd be like, he's the son of a whore. This is his mum.
I was worried. She seems to have slept with a lot of nobility. I was worried that they might just kill us all to keep that quiet.
Yeah. Did
Dash,
anyone?
Are you wearing a breastplate nowadays? Hey.
Yeah, it's on me, right?
It can be. Yep, sure.
Was.
Why are you asking? Are you stripping our character sheets?
Yeah, he's just going through.
I'm just rearranging them. I'm putting stuff from stored onto carried.
Quickly screenshot.
Yeah.
So you can keep track of what you've lost.
Yeah.
You've got a light crossbow, Dash.
Yep. And so is the only thing that you've taken off me 2 swords?
Plus jewelry and stuff. Right?
I've got my silvered rapier, right?
Yes, but there's not much silver left on that now.
No, there's plenty because I just had it resilvered.
Okay, Maynard, long sword, short bow. Maynard's got a short bow, and studded leather armor.
Because we resilvered our weapons, right? I remember doing it.
Yeah, if you.
What about my breastplate? I did have a breastplate.
Oh yeah, sorry, breastplate. Sorry, yep, breastplate. We're going breastplate. So he's got like, you've actually got a space. Yeah, Aragin and Maynard have both got a spare suit of armor.
Did anybody?
Nice.
Did anybody tell the Inquisitor about not just Ruby, but
breastplate.
the long line of hookers that Dash came from? Right to the generational prostitution.
Well,
why do they need to know?
Well, Dash did.
They don't need to know.
I think everyone has to know.
I feel like it's something people should know. Okay. What else was asked? Like, what were?
Come from 2 noble lines, 1 Varen, and 2. It's like blinking.
least likely to inherit the throne.
Okay, some farmer guy, carrying a crook. While you're talking, some farmer guy carrying a crook is walking up.
It's a crook.
It's a ship hooky thing.
Oh.
We'll try and hide. Oh, what is he coming right up to us?
Yeah. Okay, so you're hiding out in some like copse. It's pretty small. He says, "Oi!" And he comes up and says,
Can I quickly turn into a sheep and like you can tend to me?"
Yeah, you want to turn into a sheep?
No, not while he's standing there.
He says, "Yeah, this is
dodgy shepherds.
This is my property. What are you doing here?"
We're here on the Duke's business. We're supposed to wait for a message. And
okay, he has a look at your armor and he
see
says, his eyes bulge a bit. Aragin, can you make me a
charisma check?
Intimidation check.
He's never seen a 4-foot dude in plate
yeah,
before.
like no, he's not trying to intimidate him.
Yeah, I will basically try and just intimidate him and just say, look, peasant, I'm on the Duke's business. Clearly, I'm like a knight. I'm not going to identify myself or anything. I'm supposed to wait here for someone. I'll be off in a few hours.
Are you going to make a deception check as well?
I reckon this is more intimidation. Okay, this is a really low DC.
You would have failed a deception check hard.
Yeah, it's at disadvantage though. Arrogance, it's at disadvantage.
Clearly,
he doesn't look like he's still covered in shit. He just smells of shit. Smells of piss. He's absolutely filthy.
I think I still get a good plus, hopefully.
A 12 and a 6.
Whip out a song about him. Just start serenading him or something.
He says, okay, no worries. Um,
Right. Obviously, as soon as bloody night falls, we're
that's
out of
fine.
here.
And he leaves. He leaves. Arrogant passed an intimidation check at disadvantage. That's how intimidating he is, especially still splashed with pish.
He knew he might get a bucket to the face.
I'll just slap him on the back and wipe my hands. Well done.
Yeah. Okay, so you're somewhere north. You're somewhere north of You're on the Red Vale Hexbar and Escarbridge Road, but you're pretty close to the town.
Well, we're heading
You're
to Escarbridge
still
anyway,
plenty
right?
far away. Sorry.
We're heading to Escarbridge,
Yep.
yeah. Meet up with Sergeant Bannerman.
Can't
We'll
believe
head
we
there
got
tonight
found
after we get
guilty.
arrested.
How do they even have a trial in that period of time? All of my witnesses were going to come forward and testify.
It's just a long row of hookers. Character. He's never beaten me once.
I was really worried that there was going to be a trial and Morrow was going to show up.
Oh, he would have. It's so dark of you to think that. Oh my god.
I was like, oh god, I hope Morrow doesn't come to our trial. He'll just
It
bury
would have
me.
been the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
They
he would have
just
brought
signed
in.
up for a session to just watch your hand.
It would.
You're in court and that he dials
Get
in.
Dan,
Yeah.
get Dan in for get Dan in just for a special.
Special guest appearance.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Like he's you need to give a character reference for Dash. What do you say?
But if he had shown up, you know you would have been hanged at the end of that, right? Like that's the only reason why he'd show up is if your character was 100% being hanged.
I was
So-
like,
So where you are, right?
The
Where
best
you
thing
are,
that
you
can
just want to stay here for. I mean,
Alright.
okay, so let's apply a short rest.
Well, no, we're
Let's
trying to
apply
get a long
short
rest.
Uh-huh. You haven't really got enough food, and it is
Wait,
like
no.
Whoa,
Yeah,
I can
we
check the
checked
tape.
that.
I can
Yeah.
check the tape. You said we had enough food.
Because
for a long
otherwise we
rest.
were going to steal some.
you want us to
you
roll
had
back?
some food, right? Yeah, okay, so you can look for somewhere to steal food, but it's not that far to the village of Red
No,
Vale.
we-
if you
we-
wanna
we
go
Well,
there.
no, this was back at the inn. Like we were going to wake someone or steal someone. We said, "Oh no, you've got enough."
Just
Well,
enough
it's the
for-
middle of the night.
Yeah,
You've
but you
got
said
some.
would've-
no.
we
I know,
would've
but
just
you
robbed the
said
kitchen.
Bannofix had just enough for everybody to have a long rest.
Okay, so are you just gonna like you're just out of town, right? Are you gonna stay there? You're just gonna camp out there for an entire day.
Well, long enough
If
to
we
eat
can get
and
a long
sleep.
rest, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll
We'll
travel.
stay
at night.
hidden somewhere.
Okay, we'll do that.
Are you sure you're
Long
past
rest.
6?
So that gets you up to full speed again, but now you've run out of food.
Cool.
Yep.
We'll go to this next
We
town.
got bows and shit though. Yeah. If we come across any, we can do some poaching in the Kingswood. There's a good stand of trees around. But yeah, how far's the next town? We got money.
I've got money.
I've got like 10 gold.
That's party. That's party treasure.
You're wearing the party.
It's in my
That's
back. It's in
weird.
my backpack.
We should lease. There should be leased to us.
Well, I can offer some
Nine.
good rates on gold. I want to be the party's loan shark now. I've got a little bit of cash behind me, a little bit of capital.
Did the armor get fully adjusted, or is it still got like a cod piece that doesn't fit?
just the one thing
It's just fine.
just rattles around. It's like a bean inside a can.
Yeah, no, it
I'll
hasn't
stuff a
been
couple of rags
polished.
down
It hasn't been polished, but it is pretty much ready.
Pack it with something. So yeah, we're off to on the way to Escarbridge.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
we should have killed that.
there. You know what
peasant.
you should have done when you were in the bloody toilets there, Dash, before we all got arrested, is you should have just started swallowing your magic items and like and all your jewels.
Rings.
No, but then you
swallow-
would have been a lot more freaked out when Aragin picked up that bucket of shit, though. You'd be like, don't fucking
You
swing
would've
that.
had to
There's a
fetch 'em.
500 GP bag of shit.
We KO the guy with all the gold and
Yeah,
gems.
just,
Oh, Jesus.
it's
Okay, so I'm just trying to work this out. So okay, so
You know,
After
where I carry the ring.
after
It's my
rest,
granddaddy's ring.
Smoke that up my
make
ass.
your way. You make your way north.
Watch, was it?
You make your way north through a town that you've seen before. It's called Red Vale.
Pick up some food.
Yep, sure. In Red
Enough
Vale,
for a good few days.
I'll do it because
Right.
these guys smell like piss.
in Red Vale,
Yeah.
I'll use
Now
party.
you know how it feels adventuring with someone who smells the piss.
Yeah.
so where are you actually aiming for? You're going to Escarbridge, okay? You from Red Vale, you head north over some hills. You get to Hex Heron, and then from there it's downhill to Escarbridge. You reach Escarbridge in the evening. You basically, right, everyone you pass, I mean, you can't really avoid being seen on the road. But so you pass people, you've got all this really expensive gear, but you stink of shit and urine.
Yeah. I'm just going to book us some rooms just so we can get cleaned up at Escarbridge.
Yep.
And we
Okay,
also
so
need to find that guy. I
Escarbridge.
don't think we're going to stay here, right? We're going to get cleaned up and
No.
get moved on.
Especially if the wagons and Jim and the horses are rested,
Yeah.
then he should be able to drive us overnight
Yeah. That's
and
right.
get it so we just go off grid when the trail will go cold here. Potentially you should cast paths without trace because that would give us an hour as well where our carriage can't be tracked
That's true.
except by magical means.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Once we leave.
So you get to the yeah, you get to the River Inn and Stables where you've stayed before. Now,
Can't believe they're going to send Bannofix to clean and
We're VIPs at all these places now. We're like, just put it on the tab.
okay.
How offended would you be
as soon as you come in,
Yep.
as soon as you come in, yeah, there's this boy by the bar, and his eyes basically pop out of his head, and he just looks at Bannofix, and his eyes narrow.
What'd you do to this one?
You recognize them.
I'll be
This is the one that draws in the books, that draws pictures of people.
really?
He's just staring at Bannofix, and he takes his charcoal pencil. That's nodding.
I'll
You
want
didn't
He
like the
starts
caricature
drawing.
he did of you.
He starts drawing.
motherfucker.
So, do we get any XP for our jailbreak? Because I think we're quite close to a level up, aren't we? And we should
Oh,
be
well, I think this.
Oh, I should have
having
leveled up
having
too.
a level up party.
I should have
I
leveled up
mean-
after my long rests.
What do you think it's worth when you
Is
beat?
that
somebody?
right?
Yeah. I am now level 7.
So I think I'm
Okay.
1800 away or something.
So let's put some XP
Yeah.
on.
I reckon about 2,500.
200. Yeah.
I give level 7. It's not much
Yeah.
actually.
We'll chuck on a bit, right? We'll just, like, no, actually, there's no point. You're not going to have enough for leveling up. But
Always, you should
so
always.
Bannofix, are
there's
you
always a
still
point.
level? Bannofix, you're already level 7. What are you on about?
I was
You
level
refuse-
6.
Yeah,
We used to play further without XP.
I'm level 7
We're going to protest.
already.
Bannofix is
Another-
level 7.
Yeah, but I
Didn't you go
I've
up
got
and
nearly 8,000
Yeah, I would-
XP to go. Go 5,000.
because didn't you choose a 4th level spell and stuff? I thought you did level up.
I'm
Yeah,
on level
Bannofix,
6.
you leveled up ages ago.
Yeah,
You've got watery spear. It's a 4th level spell.
Didn't I just level? I'm sure I just leveled. Must
No,
be
it was
a
ages ago.
black cat. It just chucked me up to 8.
I'm averaging about 800 XP a session by the looks.
Yeah, that sounds likely.
Let me just double check this.
How much?
800.
No, you're right. I'm level 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why do I think I leveled up? Oh, maybe it's
sessions have we played?
because I
Not
should
that
be
far
level
off.
9 by about now.
40.
Yeah.
40
Okay,
sessions.
so the woman at the bar, she kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, hello. You're back. Have you had a hard journey?"
Yeah. We need some food. some. Oh wait, are we all there?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need
Okay.
we need some food. And we need to bathe.
And
Clean our
privacy.
clothes.
And privacy.
Yes.
I'm gonna like talk to the young boy and be like, great photo of Bannofix while he's doing it. Like I'm gonna
Okay.
What's a photo, you future
So as
name?
you go to talk to him, Dash, he just snatches away his paper, and he just like, and he just moves out of range.
He brings out a fresh one just for you.
And then he's staring at Bannofix, and he's just like covering what he's drawing, and he's just.
I'm just gonna pull out the bear penis to make sure it's visible. So,
you have to go full caricature, eh? He draws caricatures of people, I think.
Yeah.
Particularly unflattering.
Sounds right. Although, to be fair, if he's picking me to be unflattering, the other guy's covered in shit. Let's we'll just explain to the lady that we want privacy though. We need to get cleaned up, rested.
Why don't you go down to the river first?
Oh, I don't need to. These guys might need to. How about you give me the room and I'll go settle in, or they go.
Sure.
Yeah.
So she does that, and the rest of you, you've got your hand cart as well, right? So okay, so you book into the inn. Anyway, no one bothers you, and you stay a night in the Tarathian Inn stable.
Is Jim there?
Sergeant Bannerman.
Where did you say we were? We're not in the Tarathian Inn and stable.
No, the
Escarbridge.
Escarbridge.
Okay, yeah.
This is River Inn and Stables. River Inn and
okay,
Stables and Escarbridge. Okay,
Yeah.
Jim is not here.
But he's supposed to be, isn't he?
Is our carriage parked up?
We'll ask about him.
Yeah.
We'll ask the
Okay,
bar
so
staff.
after you've had a wash, you're gonna go down and talk to Cleopatra, and you're gonna describe him and ask for him.
Yeah, we'll ask if he's left us any messages.
Yeah, our footman was supposed to be here with our carriage.
Our footman.
That's
Okay, so you explain what he looks like and so on. He says,
Yep.
"Yeah, he was here. For 2 days. But let's see, it was maybe a day or two ago that he left." He says, "Yeah." So she's checking her books, and she says, "Yes, that's right."
Which way
Yeah,
did he go?
I don't know, but he was
Did
here.
he say where
He was
going,
asking.
or-
He was asking basically about you, but he seemed a bit nervous. He didn't stay. He stayed for 2 days, but he didn't stay longer.
Did
Why
he
would
leave a
have gone
message?
somewhere else?
No.
Can we leave a message for him?
Did you see which direction he went?
I'll come back here.
Bring me back my carriage.
No, I didn't ask which way he went.
So when did he leave?
Yeah, was that how long? Was that
He had
yesterday?
a carriage.
Yeah, when
If
did
it's,
he leave?
if it's a day ago,
Wait, that's
Bannofix
the-
might be able to track him.
Yeah,
So
we can go find
Is,
him.
It was
she
2
quite
days ago.
okay? Yeah, is she quite simple though? Like when we say when he left,
Wait, what did
is the
she
answer
say?
is the answer carriage, or is it like yesterday or the day before?
She's
When
not
did-
simple. You know, she's actually a wizard.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
So what did she say? Sorry though, when did he leave?
2 days ago.
He stayed for 2
Probably
days
that
and
long.
left 2 days
Yeah.
ago. How long were
Yeah.
we in prison?
'Cause
These guys.
yeah, and he was going to take a
Several days.
few days to get there. That means we must have been in there for like close to a week.
Explains why
Okay,
the bucket
well,
was
it's
full.
Tuesday. It's now Tuesday the 9th.
The party
I
was.
thought
on
he was going
Friday.
to get there on Wednesday, and that's when he was expecting us. So he's left because we definitely said we weren't. We originally were thinking we weren't going to pick up the arm until like close to Tuesday, and then it might take us an extra day. So I'm sure if we go back on that session, he's bailed like before we were even supposed to get there.
Yeah, he arrived like 3 days before and left a day early.
Yeah.
I think if that maths works out.
No, it's been a fair while now, right? So,
So the party was on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we were going to be
It's now
picking up the
Tuesday.
armor the next Tuesday. We were arrested on the Friday, but we were going to meet him on the Thursday.
it's about a,
because we said
Yeah,
Wednesday was too soon.
yeah.
It was Thursday.
Yeah, we told him to get up there
the
Wednesday.
ducal
but we told
dinner
him
was
to
on
be
the
there Thursday.
1st. The
Yeah.
ducal dinner was on the 1st, and it's now the 9th.
Oh, so it's
Oh, so
the
a whole
following
extra while.
Tuesday. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes more
okay.
sense.
It's been a fair while now.
Okay, so we need to try and track him. I guess we'll have to ask which way he went. Ask around town. Someone must have seen him leave.
Okay,
Wait,
so
she's a
you're
wizard.
gonna
Can she scry for us? Maybe.
Yeah.
Do we know she's a wizard?
well,
studies
yes,
magic.
because she set you up with Mary Lay, and also when you were a mouse and you went spying on the family,
Yeah.
the daughter, the teenage daughter, was studying magic,
Right.
and the mother was supervising.
Yes. Can I ask
It
her?
was a good few months ago in game time.
Yeah. Can I ask her? Look, this is a good friend of ours, and we're worried about his safety. Is there? Although you didn't know which direction he was, do you have maybe any other means of finding where this person was? If he stayed here for 2 days, you might have recognized him.
I
enough
gathered
to
he
be
was
able
from
to-
Tarathian.
Sure, but do you have any other means to maybe find him for us? We'll pay, of course.
Such as
I don't know. Other means? Any other?
Uh,
Would you like some money to find this person? Any other means? You don't have any other means? It's okay. It's okay to say no.
I don't believe so. I mean, I didn't realize it was important, but perhaps, like if you asked enough people, maybe. I mean, he had a wagon, he had a carriage. This really bizarrely painted carriage.
Yeah.
It was like kind of black, but like with brown and green on it.
Yeah.
It was really weird. I mean, the guy looked out of place, totally out of place.
I'm surprised you saw it with all that camouflage.
So, like there are bound to be people who kind of saw him leave because he left
Yep.
in the
We'll
morning.
just, we'll try that.
Like,
We'll
my
go and ask.
suggestion would be ask around.
Sure. We'll do that.
Okay,
Low level.
yeah, like
After we've bathed and eaten and everything.
after
Like-
you've bathed, eaten, and
don't want to keep a
then
low profile at all, given we're like wanted.
and this is going to be the next day, right?
It's keeping ahead of the
Enough
search.
people have seen us already.
Yeah, the search is
Yeah,
coming. We just
okay,
need
so
to keep ahead
so
of it.
basically, right? Let's are you going to stay overnight, or are you going to go out in the evening and ask around, or? I mean, you
Well,
can do both, I
it's an
suppose.
inn, like with a pub. We'll just wait for people to come to it, and we'll ask them.
Yeah. Okay.
So no
Okay,
one's
so-
got enough XP to level up then.
Who
No.
wants to do an
XP,
investigation
clear
check?
thing
It could
of this
be Bannofix. Bannofix is probably not the best in general, but like everyone else is going to have disadvantage. Who wants to do an investigation check?
Yeah, let's just maybe leave Benefits to do
Well,
it.
I'm
I'll
plus
investigate.
0, but I'll give myself guidance.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. So Bannofix is going to turn on all his charm. All his charm. Okay, Dash, you notice that while
We'll
you're
try the same.
basically in this large downstairs bar, the boy behind the bar, like he's obviously finished his drawing of Bannofix, and now he's like you catch him staring at Dash. So he's now moved on to his next drawing. Yeah, okay. So
Alright, let me
Bannofix,
roll the
can you
d4. Let me roll the d4 to add to that.
D20
9.
D4.
How are
Okay.
we going to get the pictures of the boy before we leave?
Hey, if these guys are helping me with the investigation, is that advantage? I'm assuming we would. Like it's not like
You
the
can only
4 of us.
talk to you can only talk to maybe not, but like definitely next morning you can actually you're just talking to at this stage you're just talking to people in the bar, right?
I mean, I can't imagine that being a super high DC because it's like, have you seen a wagon leaving town? The only way I'd fuck that up is if I couldn't describe a wagon, what it looked like, you know what I mean, or a carriage.
Yeah, especially our one with the botched paint job.
Yeah,
It's gotta be distinctive as
So you
fuck.
stay over the night,
Which is exactly
stay
the
over
opposite
the
of
night,
what we wanted.
and now we get to the Wednesday.
Did I find
You
anything?
haven't moved. Sorry?
Did we find anything about which direction?
Not asking people in the bar during the night, but then I'm going to apply another long rest. No one's bothering you at this stage,
Failed the
and everyone's
investigation check.
exhaustion is recovered. and everyone has got clean.
Do-
Okay.
Do we want to confiscate the pictures that are being drawn of us because he doesn't have permission?
Wait, is this like a First Amendment thing for you? It's freedom, public space, mate.
Okay, in the morning, Phoebe, like, she knocks on the door, and she says, "I found this," and she
Yeah.
hands
Yeah.
she hands you a couple of sketchings. There's one of Sergeant Bannerman, and he's got a really long nose. He's got a really long chin. It's very skillfully done, but basically the guy looks ugly as hell. He says, "I think this might have been the man you're looking for."
Oh, nice.
And the next one she hands of Bannofix, and he looks like the ugliest little leprechaun that you've ever seen. He's got like these huge ears, this kind of like the ugliest face. He's got an enormous nose, and he looks like a demonic leprechaun, but it's
I'll just
also
lean over and
obviously
go,
Bannofix.
accurate.
Is
I
there?
think we're going to have to buy these drawings off the kid
Yeah.
because we don't want someone coming through and being able to look at the drawings of us and tell that we were here.
And she says, "There's also this one, and this one. It's this one is a nude drawing of Dash, and this is and you didn't realize, but apparently Dash is an hermaphrodite. He's also he looks a bit like a peacock.
Right.
It's pretty skillfully done, but like,
Yeah, I'll take the picture and just tear it up.
Can we?
she says, "Yes, I'm sorry about that.
The truth hurts.
And then
We'll try and find a better way to put this talent to use."
I'll rip it up.
So, what do you want to do in the morning?
Keep mine.
'Cause,
I want
like,
to keep mine. Let's put it in the pocket. Add that to my inventory.
what do you want to do in the what do you want to do in the morning? Because
We'll ask around.
we've got
Try
Wednesday.
again.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so this time anyone can make it a check, and
Okay.
actually advantage, because if it takes ages, you can
I'll
ask
roll.
somebody as well. Okay,
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 sweet. Here we go. Advantage.
Ooh, that's not good.
I'll roll now.
Fucking hell.
I'll roll now as well.
You must be hungover.
Hang
Oh,
on, you
God.
can't just keep
Oh.
rolling.
Wait,
You're both hungover.
can't everybody roll? Like,
Yeah,
we're not
you
just
can
gonna have
roll.
one person go ask the
What
question.
you said.
No,
Yeah.
you run out of people to ask.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, 3 and a 3.
We're terrible.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Maynard.
We just can't
You
quite
get a
find the
+2.
words.
yeah.
Oh,
You get a +2.
Like, how does this conversation go? We're looking for a thing. We went out of town, had some horses with it.
It was big.
Might have had a
some
guy.
wheels.
There was some paint
kind of
issues.
green.
Like, we're not gonna
Some
we're not gonna fuck this up that hard. You know.
He fucks it up that hard. So, Maynard, you
Yep.
ask a lot of people. But a few people did see the wagon, but they're not really sure which way he was going.
Bugger. Is there likely that there's lots of wagons going up and down here? I mean, if
Yeah,
it's
this was a
the-
pretty. Yeah, there are, but this is a pretty distinctive wagon. So yeah, someone has seen him with this wagon, but like,
All right, we've lost
But
the
so
it's
wagon.
not
like-
Two
it's
riding
not like we
horses.
could-
after a couple of hours, you're running out of like obvious people to ask, and
and a war horse.
Bannofix, you just think that maybe you could have done better yourself.
No,
Okay.
couldn't. You tried yesterday. Fucked it up too.
I just don't know.
Actually, Bannofix, maybe not.
So the DM's relieved us of what do we think, like about 1,000 gold pieces worth of treasure. Just boom.
Yeah,
in.
we've lost a.
So Warhorse is 400.
Well, it
a
hasn't
footman.
disappeared, right?
more
This
than that.
treasure hasn't disappeared. You just don't know where it is.
Yeah,
half-
but then, like,
half
the-
of the
But it's a
wealth on my
reasonable
character sheet
assumption.
is gone.
It's a reasonable assumption that it's probably somewhere in Tarathian
But that's the
Castle.
same. That's the same concept as matter cannot be destroyed. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
it's
he is
still
a communist.
it still
Your wealth
exists.
isn't
Acid
gone.
resistant necklace.
It's gone to the state.
It's returned
So-
to the state.
I had
Definitely.
I was about 8,500 GP of value according to the calculator on the character sheet, and now I'm 4,700.
Oof.
So we're just going to start a.
Yeah,
just look
that will
for
be
Unless I
the
got the
necklace.
magic axe and the plate.
you
Is,
guys-
is that is that the fancy necklace that you announced that you were going to wear to the ball?
Fortunately, yes.
2,000.
Do you guys just
How
want
all those
to?
rings you were wearing?
You guys just want to like quit the adventuring and start a horse breeding branch or something? I mean, we only need like one mare chip in for that, and I can take care of
Be more
business a couple of
profitable.
times until we get things rolling.
Till we get a
And Maynard's
centaur.
just going to wild shape to perform the other side of it.
Yeah, I would take care of business.
Jeez.
Well, we,
Um,
okay.
okay, so what do we know? The Lord Inquisitor.
Did we have to go there, guys? I don't think we did need to go there.
We didn't need to be explicit. It was implied, right? We know
Yeah,
we're on the
or-
run, and we're like, I don't know, where do we go next?
Where are we
So
going?
who
now
are
that
you
we're-
actually on the run from?
Well-
Because like you've been taking your time. It's been a few days. You're not that far from Tarathian.
I think we need
And
to get to
think-
the north and
No,
take
no,
over
what-
Greystone and take it off Sir Clydemont.
I think the option was there to go and bash Sir Kitten in the he's
Yeah.
got- oh,
It sounded like something to do later because he sounded like he had a haunted and fortified keep or something.
There was a knight called Kitten.
did-
Yeah, Sir
uh,
Kitten.
Sir
Hidden,
Kitten.
I think it was.
Sir Kitten, yeah. He has a mansion
Kitten.
north of the BHB area.
How do you spell it?
He's in a pact with Sir Clydemont.
Yeah, but I would have thought that someone needed to pay for what they've done to us.
Yeah, well, Sir Clydemont seems first on the list.
The-
If we could have
Actually, I
got
need-
if we could have got the carriage and like zipped it north, I was thinking we should set an ambush.
I
But we
need
can't
one
find
more
our fucking
level,
carriage.
and then I can protect us from probably getting charmed.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I
Been
need
a
one
little
more
song.
level, and I can fly
We're
away.
not,
If
we're not
can't.
that far away from leveling up.
I'm 30,000 XP away from. Well, I was
so
asking
what are the
question.
options?
It
So
looked like
there's-
my.
there's going
Oh
up
no,
north,
that's
No,
total. No, that's
Clydemont.
total. That's total.
Yeah, you're only like 4.
There's also the nursemaid.
I'm about 2.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the BHB need a visit.
I think we want to stay out of Tarathian for a while.
Well, hold on. The grasp is now in our bad books too, according to.
Oh,
Yeah,
3,000.
exactly. So I don't think we want to go back down there until we can kick everyone's ass.
So this is the thing, right? So while you were while you were in Tarathian, sorry, while most of you were in the prison, there was a battle between the BHB and the Grasp.
Oh,
Several were killed.
This
Okay.
this wasn't this little one-off ambush that happened.
No, there was
The
one
bigger
afterwards
rumble.
while you were in prison.
Okay.
Bannofix wouldn't know the details, but like,
I spoke
you
to the
did hear
Grasp.
of that.
Didn't I? Or was it
So the
after that?
Grasp and the BHB are fighting each other, right?
Mhm.
I mean, that's real. It's definitely real. People killed, plus, like they attacked BHB attacked Heroes Palace, and there are these other incidents. Okay, so they were actually fighting each other. So who are your enemies? Everyone.
Well,
Apart
both
from the
of them?
Inquisitor.
I was pretty neutral right up till the point that I lost all my stuff.
So how the DM's your enemy? Yeah, I
fair.
second this.
Well, we could spend a bunch of time
I-
trying to have Bannofix sneak into the
Sir-
castle to steal our stuff back.
Yeah,
Sir Clydemont is kind of responsible for that, though. So I think we need to go and kill
yeah.
him
Well, he's
and assert ourselves in control of Greystone.
He might actually not be back up north yet. He might still be in. He's probably still in Tarathian, so we could set an ambush for him.
You know what we should do? We should go up there and shit on his doorstep, so when he gets home, he knows.
He knows.
Yeah,
Just
because
know
this
that we're
is
coming
difficult
for him.
now, right? This is difficult because there is some information that doesn't. I mean, so who do you hate the most? That's the question, isn't it? And also, what about the nursemaid? It's
I'm not
another
sure I
question.
feel one way or another about.
Probably the nursemaid. It's high on the list.
Well, the other way to get to the bottom of this is how can we benefit the most? Who do we ally with in order to like rise with the tides?
Actually,
Sure.
the Earl could use a beating as well. I reckon everyone that's in league on that list, like Sir
Yeah.
Kitten, the Earl,
Yeah.
Sir Clydman, they all
They'll
need to
need
get
They all
what's coming
deserve
to
a
them.
beating.
Yeah.
And then there's the other big consideration is who the hell's got all your stuff?
Hmm.
Do you think the Wolf of Dunskara is tough, or do you reckon we could just give him a solid beatdown right now while we're up here?
Right
Well, he's
now,
got a few men.
we're only 7th level.
Dash knows that firstly he's accumulated a small army, and secondly he seems pretty hard himself.
See, I think we need to go and find ourselves like a hideaway. We can base ourselves somewhere in the north that no one knows, and we get all Robin Hood on the shit.
Yep.
So we should go and kill that black dragon and take its cave.
Oh,
we have
so
a
I
cave
was
system,
thinking. I
So-
was thinking.
multiple
Wait,
exits.
wait. Out of everybody we could confront, you chose the black fucking dragon as being the low-hanging fruit?
Well, I was like, it'd have a sweet lair.
I mean,
No
you
one's gonna
realise
come
that-
looking for
that's
us there.
probably the same.
You could have
dragon.
come up with that plan before you lost the necklace of acid resistance.
I've already critical failed its breath weapon before. I'm not scared.
Yeah, you wore it in the face. That black dragon probably killed your
Although I
father,
like that.
right? Because he foresaw his own death by some like
no,
black.
it was a Rakshasi.
That's- yeah.
Yeah, or whatever it's called. What was it called?
I don't think the dragon went and got him.
I thought he got clawed to pieces. by
Shasha.
something.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, that's the
The one
tiger
thing, like
the dragon
one
was
thing
just
you
eating
remember
him.
about the dragon,
Yeah.
one thing you remember about the dragon is when you fled from the dragon and it tried to pursue up this crevasse, and it couldn't get up that crevasse. It was too big.
See, I think we should go and make
And
a hideout in there, put some ladders and ropes and shit and stairs, and we'd have multiple exits in case anyone ever comes and raids us.
There's a black dragon in there. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, we're gonna kill that first.
So
We're not.
We'll be
So
8th
how-
level.
how
by the
big
time
do we
get
and
up
when
there.
you
was-
escaped,
We'll be sweet.
and when you escaped from the cavern, the
Adult.
orcs pursued you with a whole lot of wolves or hunting dogs,
bit of plate armor and the guy gets a god.
but the
complex.
dragon didn't.
Yeah, I don't think that we're.
Because
it's-
you remember how you were worried that the dragon was going to fly after you?
Nobody's seriously considering this plan except for Ariel, folks. I don't think you need to worry about.
Yeah, I thought he. I
It's
thought he
my
was
idea.
better at Dungeons and Dragons than this.
Four 8th level characters could take down a
We're not 8th level.
And- well, we will be by the time we get up there. I'll be 8th level at the end of this session. I'm only 1800
You reckon?
fairway.
You reckon we can take out an adult black dragon?
That's 3
Yeah, it
sessions
was
worth of
4.
XP.
With 4 8th.
Yeah, we'll book it in
How
for
many of
late.
us will
As
die?
long as we're very prepared. The problem would be all the other shit in that cave.
Can we
You'd have to be very careful.
can we table this for late August when we
So,
hit
but
8th level?
yeah.
Late August.
I'm more suggesting I think we should go and make ourselves a hideout somewhere hidden. In the
I actually don't mind that plan. I like the idea of.
Right.
And,
What about?
and I would say trying to bait the nursemaid out somehow would be the way to go.
So we've got to find Jim. Yeah, because once we're up there and we've got a good base, we can
Yep.
we can hunt down the nursemaid and
We
And
could
try
also
and pick
try
up
and
the
find those other guys,
We could.
Yeah,
our companions.
we need to
Hey, where did the
find
G?
Jim.
Where was
we
G
need to do some
staying?
shopping because we need a carriage.
Where was G
At
staying?
the southern end of Tarathian City.
Well, shit. She was going to leave a message. I left a message for her though, didn't I? In the end,
What was it? Brown.
when I left.
I don't believe you did.
Did I remember
Well,
saying?
actually, hang on,
I
hang on,
did.
no. We can, hang on, we can revisit that. You had plenty of time. So if you had an arrangement where you were able to leave a message in the
I actually
in
think I did, because you asked me. I think I said something, and then you asked me, "Do you remember how to leave a message?" And I said, "Yeah, you just leave it at the end, and the bird will pop in occasionally, and so will she." I
Yeah,
think it was in the last session.
So if you want to tell me what message you left,
I think it was just that guys were in prison. We were fucked. But I can't. Okay, what message would we leave?
okay, so you can leave that message, but there was also time to leave, because obviously,
Yeah.
you were Bannofix was doing his own thing, so Bannofix will have had the opportunity to leave a different message.
Well, I knew that we were going to be at Escarbridge, because we were going to meet this guy. So I'll tell G where we were going to be. That's probably the way to go. So I'll say that if we manage to get out of the prison, we're going to meet up here.
Okay.
Is where we're going to be. So if you can't find it, if we're still in prison, we haven't managed to escape. If we get out, that's where we're going to be. And then we'll probably be heading north from there after a day or two. So just heads up is what I'll say.
Okay. Okay.
Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, that seems fine. That seems fine. Yeah. Okay. So the plan is to head north. To head north, look for the nursemaid. Look for the nursemaid and Sir Cloudmont. Okay. On the way north, between there and the north is Dunskara. What's the plan for Dunskara?
Not to go into it. Right. I think we're going to have to go around Dunskara.
Okay.
Okay.
So you do know a different way around. So let's head north. So
Wait, just before we do, can Bannofix use Skywrite in the morning? How far away do you reckon you'd be able to see it? Do you want to write a message to Jim?
I mean, yeah, what would it say though? Like I can't.
Also,
look, that's real
should
discreet, real discreet, guys.
should we leave him a message at the inn in case he comes back?
Yeah. Do you want to say? Do you want to say Jim come back?
Or we'll
in
just
the sky?
go to Three Waters or something, and we'll.
Yeah, but we don't want to say the name of a place in the sky, right? If we're going to write a sky message, we want to say Jim come back. Hopefully that's.
hang on. Hang on. See this Skywrite thing, right?
Yep.
I don't think Bannofix has prepared it.
No, but I can.
You can prepare it. But you haven't prepared it yet.
It was the evening, right? So I was thinking first thing the next morning.
Okay. Well, first thing the next morning. Okay, we've spent a couple of hours asking around on the Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay. Spent a couple of hours asking around on the Wednesday, but Bannofix hasn't prepared Skywrite. This might be quite a good way to meet up with the musicians, though.
I forgot about them.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you, after asking around and failing to find out which way Jim went, what do you want to do? Head north?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like we need the carriage and those horses, and then we can leg it back up north with heaps of supplies.
Yeah, but we've been scuppered by a dice roll on figuring out where a carriage left town.
So what's another?
You have got the hand cart, right? So you can.
What's another 400 gold pieces worth of stuff?
Just.
So, do we want to leave a message with the inn owner in case Jim comes back, or is that too risky?
I think that's fine, so long as we leave it a little bit in code, because she knows what the guy looks like. So if we just leave it there and say, your friends have headed north, something.
Yeah, go to Three Waters and wait.
Gonna eat off screen a little bit.
Cool. What was I going to say? So wait. I want to go back to Doug's comment before. So we had a wagon with 2 riding horses, and the alternative to that is a push cart.
Yeah.
So we've got a push cart now. Okay.
Like a couple of weeks worth of food on
Yep.
a hell of a journey. It'd be
We
nice to do it
definitely deserve
twice
to
the
get that
speed.
wagon back. We put so much work into it, repairing it, painting it.
What's more about the speed? We'll get up there twice as quick.
Yep. So
In a carriage, well, not especially, not really,
I mean, we can assume that he's not
Couple
because
of
gonna.
these aren't they're not like nice
a lot
roads.
fresher. No, but even still, also in cart, you're going to be able to
He might have. He
cover
might have. Just,
significantly more distance.
he might have.
Okay,
just,
so we're leaving a message for Jim to go to Three Waters.
Your call, Aragin. I don't actually have a. Wait, let's back up with the plan.
What do we?
We want to find the cart,
Yeah.
or we wanted to direct him to go somewhere. But if he's left, he's probably gone back home.
He could have gone up to the abbey.
He could have
Wouldn't you
gone.
go to Roman Castle? Maybe.
He was coming from Roman Castle, so he probably would have gone back home to Roman Castle, where his family is. Yeah. So
There's a long way, Ryman Castle, but yeah.
But I mean, if
There's
he's
a long
waited
way
2 days and said we're not coming, what do you think he's going to do?
Yeah. So do we go back via there?
Oh, you want to travel to Roman Castle?
I don't know.
Good.
It's a long way.
Just thinking it's going to be useful to have some horses and some stuff when because I don't think we're going to be staying in any of the towns. What I'm thinking when we go up north is we go off grid for a while, because I really don't think we want to be in any of the villages and stuff. Sure, we can visit them and shit, but we don't want to be staying the night in those inns. Not only are they full of lycanthropes, but Sir Clydemont clearly wants us dead. He's in control of the region.
Yeah.
So I think if we have horses and a wagon and stuff as a base, we'll actually be able to go up there with a couple of weeks worth of food, and it won't be the
Okay,
horror show that I'm
so
thinking
from-
it's going to be if we just flee up there. We're going to end up starving by a river. We're going to have no food, with 3 levels of exhaustion. And
What?
Maynard
Well,
will be messaging me as I'm drowning again. He'll go, "You right down there?" No, I'm not fucking all right. I told you guys.
Yeah.
It happened again.
so in the handcart, you can obviously fit a lot of stuff, right? You can fit a lot of stuff. If
Yeah,
it's
but
only
how
24, right?
fucking
But
give me some distances. How far does a horse and carriage travel a day compared to 4 pillocks with a massively loaded handcart?
yeah,
I
further,
mean, I
for
guess
sure.
we do have wild
Yeah.
shape, but it's only for maximum 2 hours a day.
Now from Abatar,
What
what you have done before is you have gone up the river to Ananlisle. You got a river trip from Abatar up to Ananlisle. You paid some guy to take you up in boats. That's when you
Okay.
first ran into a werewolf. So you
Could
know
you-
you can do that.
Could you take the horse and carriage though? How big are these barges?
No.
Because there's no
So
point
the
going
problem
there
with the
for
horse and carriage is to avoid Tarathian City, you're going to have to go on a back road.
So do we? What does
What
the
about
map look
chances
like again? What
if
do
we did want to intercept Sir Clydemont? What did we think our chances of picking the right road for him to be traveling on?
The chances aren't that bad, but the problem is you've got no idea where he is, and it's been a fair time since
Yeah.
you were arrested. Now it's been
yeah.
over a week. It's been about a week. Over a week.
We could have
So I
asked.
think
We could
I
have
think
asked.
chances are he's gone.
He wouldn't
gone back
travel,
up.
He wouldn't travel through unnoticed, though. We could have asked.
Although he might have wanted to watch us die.
Yeah, I would have thought. No, he would have had to have provided testimony, and then he likely would have stuck around to refute.
But even if he, after we've escaped or no longer there, if he takes off, he's going to be on horseback.
Yeah,
He's way ahead of us now. We've spent a couple of days resting and
Well,
fucking around.
but he might have wanted to watch us hang, though.
Yeah, but if he took off
Yeah,
after he figured out we escaped, they're probably not going to figure out we escaped until the morning of the following day. We were on the road then, so we would have seen him come.
If I was him, I'd expect an ambush.
True, if he came the normal way.
If you were anybody, no, you'd expect an ambush, full stop, all the time, everywhere. You expect an ambush in your bathroom. So I think we're
Okay, so if he went up north, right, there are 2 places he could have stayed. Probably, right? There's in Escarbridge, there's a river inn and stables, which is very, very close to where you are right now, because you're basically in Escarbridge asking around. I mean, it's very hard for anyone on the main road to avoid being seen. Okay. Although Jim seems to, he may have been seen, but people weren't sure where he was heading. The other place is the Drunken Pony Inn and Stables, which is it's like a few hours north from Escarbridge. So anyone on the road, unless anyone on the road who's not making a big effort to avoid being seen, is probably going to be, you know, especially if it's someone recognizable, like a knight with his livery and possibly traveling with people and so on.
Shall we see if he left the carriage at the Abbey? I might have done that if I was him.
He might have gone to the Abbey, actually. We should probably go check.
I think we should check.
It's only like an hour up the road, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so unfortunately, if he's traveling with all his with a bunch of men,
No, it's just
it
him.
might be unlikely that we can kick his ass.
Yeah, I think we need to do a bit of planning.
Okay, so
Maybe
one
not
thing you
tough
could
enough to
go,
kill him yet.
one thing you could do is you could go back to the River Inn and Stables and ask there, or you could go if you're going north anyway, you could go to the Drunken Pony and ask there. But basically, you know, unless you're trying to avoid people knowing where you are, you're going to be stopping for lunch, you're going to be stopping to rest in an inn, that kind of thing. And there's only one main road. There are back roads, of course, but there's only one main road.
Okay, I
Yeah,
think
well,
we're going to
If
check.
we get the
we're gonna
horses
check
and
the Abbey
carriage,
first.
we can travel at night and bloody go off.
Yep, we don't have the horse and carriage, so we'll go to the Abbey and we'll see if he's gone
we'll see if
there.
he's there.
But
So hang on. So hang on. Let's see
I
what we've
think
got
we should-
on roll
We
20.
should load up with a bit of food. We should buy a bit of food, a couple of days worth before we just so if we take off from the Abbey, we don't have to.
yeah,
Okay. So from Escarbridge, okay, there's the Order of the White Rose, the Escar Abbey.
yeah, they love
Order of
us.
the White Rose. And that's nearby. Okay.
Hey,
But like
Beth.
a knight is not going to be staying there. A knight's just going to stay in the river and
No,
stables where
we're
you'd
talking
stay.
about Jim.
Yeah,
Talking
well,
about Jim.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go up to the Order of the White Rose.
After
and you
buying some
ask
food,
them.
because we may continue.
Yeah, okay, so
that way.
you fill up the handcart with food, that's fine. And then you
Wait, are
go
we
up to
gonna?
the,
Should we
to
just
there.
put some in our backpack? We're not seriously traveling around with the handcart, are we?
May as well.
Not
I
only
mean,
does that make us look peasantish, but
it's not a
like,
bad.
what Monty Python shit is this?
It's
Should
not.
we just get some coconuts?
No,
I
it's,
mean,
it's
Yeah,
not a
you
bad
can
thing
do
to
it.
look.
Get some
it'll also,
coconuts
it's
as
going to
well.
slow us down.
No, yeah, but if you're walking ahead in your plate mail and I'm trundling behind looking like an asshole with the cart, it just adds to the feel a little
Okay.
bit. Plus, also,
Maybe.
it's probably okay to look peasantry. Like if I go into a town asking questions, but I've got a cart, and I'm like, loaf bread, cheese, cheese for the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More like bring out
Alright.
your dead.
Well, yeah, don't put it in my cart for the cheese. So I think we'll be, yeah, it's okay. Look, if it's a burden on us anyway, we can just fill up our pockets.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's really going to slow you down if you're carrying a lot of equipment,
Yeah, true.
right? Because basically, if you've got the choice
Can't
between
hurt.
putting a whole lot of stuff in a wheelbarrow
Yeah.
or a whole lot of or carrying it
gotta
over
go
a
with the
short
wheelbarrow.
distance, it might be faster to carry it, but like
Yeah.
over a longer distance, you're going to want it in the wheelbarrow, right? So
Yeah,
I
especially
don't
if,
think
if
it's
you're
really
actually on
slowing
the
you
road.
down. But obviously, it's not
Right.
you're not gonna be able to fill up with as much stuff as you would with a carriage. But like you've got to, you know, it's so far it's not a problem.
Okay, I think
so
we should check at the Abbey, and then if not, take off to Alderwin Market and
okay.
ask around after Jim. He might have started heading north.
Sure.
So you spend half an hour going out to the Abbey and asking around after Jim.
Wait. Let's do an investigation check to see if they saw the wagon go past. But maybe
Sure,
Luke can do it.
Bannofix, roll me an investigation.
Luke,
check.
Maynard can do it, and I'll assist him, and I'll give him guidance as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Guidance, everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let's roll an investigation check at advantage with guidance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Right.
Roll a d4 as well.
And a D4 on top.
Add it on top.
Oh,
Oh, 21.
Yes.
Oh,
And they say, no, we didn't see him come past.
yeah.
It was DC 22.
okay. You make a you go and quiz some of the you go and quiz some of the you, some of the monks at the abbey. You go and talk to several. They seem quite friendly. One of them recognizes you.
We gave them a
they're-
shit ton of gold last time. They should have built a fucking statue with our name on the bottom or something.
they're quite sure that no one matching that description has either come to the abbey, and they don't recall anyone going up the path east from here either.
Okay, shouldn't go east.
So
Right.
if we're heading north anyway, should we
Yep.
go to Alderwin Market?
Let's go.
All right, because of all the messing about, it's quite late by the time we get to Alderwin Market. Okay. So we're now at Alderwin Market, which counts as Upper Tarathian.
Go to whichever that inn place that could actually has a stable yards and could actually house a wagon,
Okay.
and we'll see if Jim's there.
Okay. You go to Alderwin Market. Nobody. So yeah, you go to Alderwin Market and to stay at the inn. Now. This is so you headed up through Escarbridge, past the Drunken Pony Inn and Stable, through Hemdarin, other villages. You spend all day on the road. You get to Alderwin Market, and it's quite late by the time you get there. Asking at the inn, which is small. Asking at the inn, and no one has heard of Jim. Who else do you want to ask about? No one recalls seeing the carriage. I didn't even get you to do a check.
Okay. There's nowhere else really at Alderwin Market, is there, that someone could stay with horses in a carriage?
Yeah, a couple of small places you can ask around. So Aragin, investigation check. Are you asking about anybody else or just Jim?
Who else should I be asking about?
Oh, what's his face? Lord Tits McGavin.
Oh yes, yeah. Sir Clyde Mount as well,
Sure. Okay.
just casually.
You don't call him Tits McGavin.
Investigation check.
Am I any
At
good at this?
advantage? Yeah, at advantage. That's fine. Okay, Aragin.
It's lucky.
Cool.
14. Okay. No one knows. We don't have to add anything. That's fine. Okay. No one believes. No one remembers the carriage, except weeks ago. Someone says, "Oh yeah, a few weeks ago, some guys came down here through with a carriage matching a black carriage." But when you start talking about camouflage, like brown and green paint,
That
no one
was
remembers
us.
that. Yeah. Sir Clyde.
We know the paint job worked. It's
Sir
invisible.
Clydeman and the captain, like from the description of his livery and so on. Yeah. Someone says, yeah. Sir Clydeman and the captain, they rode up north a few days ago.
Okay.
Heading
Alright.
towards Dunskara, I think it was.
All right.
4 days ago. Okay, so Clydeman.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I might have to just fix this. Yeah. Sorry. Not heading towards Dunskara, heading towards Redder. Redder, is it on the map here? Let's see.
Is that the back
The hell
road?
is that?
Redder is off to the east.
So
So Clydeman went off to the east.
that is
not
the
to
back way
Dunskara.
around home, isn't it?
Oh, Redder. Okay.
If we're
No,
talking about going
You
the
don't believe
back
you've
route,
ever been that way?
is that way?
Yes. Now, the road that you came down last time. See from Alderwin Market at the top of the map in roll 20.
Yeah.
There is a road off to Hatton.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way you came. It was the back road. You got someone to show you or something. I can't remember now. Oh, sorry, maybe you're asking directions. But you came the back way. You basically did a big circle around Dunskara. Now, the road off to the east, Redder, you're not really sure where that is. You're not sure where it goes.
Maybe that might be the Griffin Pass.
Yeah,
Right? If Maynard's heard of the Griffin Pass, it might go in that direction. Sure.
All right, so
The main road to Greystone, or the normal road to Greystone, would be up through Dunskara,
which is
and
north,
then
right?
and then up to Three Waters.
And that's like 12 o'clock from Alderwin Market, isn't it? The one that goes up.
Yes, that's straight up north. Yeah.
All
So
right,
going
what
the back
do we
way,
do?
it seems like someone could do what do we insight check? Who wants to do that? Whoever wants to.
I think
Alright.
Bannofix is
I
our
think I'm
insight
really
guy.
good at
Oh, I
insight.
rolled 16.
Oh
Nice one.
Oh, so Dash is doing it.
man, I'm so glad you rolled high on that. Otherwise,
Yeah,
this would have been a
yeah,
perfect
Dash,
sure
conversation.
Dash does an insight check. Okay. Insight. You get a -1, Dash. You're actually the
What the
worst
hell
at
did
this,
you roll?
probably.
Yeah.
But that's fine. So Dash, it occurs to you, right, from your understanding of where things relate to each other and the quality of the roads, it occurs to you that the fastest way to Greystone would be through Dunskara.
Well, I did think that.
You're not sure whether this might be important or not.
So where do you think Clydestone's
But
gone?
but this guy that you've been talking to, he reckoned Sir Clydement went off to the east to Redder.
So how
Now
big
Maynard
is Alderwin
reckons
Market?
there's another way up to Greystone called the Griffin Pass, but it just seems like that might be longer.
Yeah, but we
So
wanna
we could
avoid-
potentially, well, if we're a couple of days behind him,
It's-
we're unlikely to catch him.
Is it worth us buying
These guys
horses?
were on. These guys
Can we
had two
cobble together
horses.
enough money?
Yeah.
They had two horses, and
We
there were two of them.
Are we abandoning our stuff to Jim Bannerman? Because I think we should go and claim it.
Yeah,
Well,
we should probably keep finding
if
him.
you find it at some point, presumably he's not going to go, oh no, I haven't seen you for ages, I'm going to just keep it all. So it's not like abandoning, it's more like deciding what you want to do first.
What happened to your warhorse, Aragin?
It's somewhere in Tarathian.
It probably.
If you run into it again, you'll certainly recognize it.
It would have been in the
Should
stables.
be able to repossess it, maybe.
Sir
Yeah, well,
Clydeman's
someone-
probably on
yeah.
it.
Well, no, the Duke or someone probably has. When I
That's
got
it.
arrested, they would have figured out I had a warhorse at the end.
Yep, they would have collected it, and Sir Clydeman's probably riding it north,
Bastard.
thinking it was
I'll take his as compensation.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's not obvious what to do.
how big's the
Uh,
group? How big's the group that went up to the east with him? How many men was he traveling with?
Oh well, there was just two of them. There was the knight, and there was some soldier guy.
No,
It's a shame we couldn't ambush him.
we could.
With only two, we
So
could have
Dash,
bloody,
you remember the description? You remember the description of these guys?
Handlebars,
Uh,
sideburns.
so Sir Clydement has he's got his coat of arms. He's a knight, and his coat of arms, it's yellow and blue diagonal slashes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do something like send that to Discord? I don't think I can. But yeah, he had the blue and yellow diagonal slashes. That's his coat of arms.
And is it Captain Sam Baker with him?
Yep. By the sounds of it.
Damn, it would have been handy to have henchmen.
I've had one item removed from my character sheet, and its value was 400 gold pieces, but I can't work out what the hell it was.
It was probably gems or jewelry, because that's what Maynard would have been wearing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that would have been worn on fingers. Yep.
400 gold pieces worth of jewelry.
It was only one item, was it?
Well, that's what it says.
Showboat.
Doesn't seem right. Okay, but maybe. I don't know.
Bannofix just gonna run his fingers through.
I
his
have
hair
got a
with his
list of
giant
I've got
ring.
a list of the stuff of the valuable stuff which was taken. I'm just surprised that there was only one item.
How many rapiers can I
Maybe-
get for my ring?
Yeah, it is annoying. Okay, so it's not really like nothing's. There's no obvious plan of what to do jumps out here, right? So
Well, I want to mete out some revenge, but I want another sword.
okay. Well, you're going to have to stay at Alderwin Market, so let's do that.
How,
Let's,
how big is Alderwin Market? Can we pull together
it's about
enough
1,000
gold
people.
to buy a couple of horses?
Could you
Do I
buy a
have
horse?
anything I could sell?
You might be able to, but it's already sort of like late evening now.
Yeah, I mean, I mean.
What actually
Okay.
happened? What happened to my horse?
Your horse was
Yeah.
taken by Jim. So
I thought I bought him
Was
after.
that one of the two? Yeah,
I
thought
reckon
we
we're
had
going to
two
have
for
to
the
spend
carriage and one
some
extra
time
for-
tracking Jim down to get
oh,
some.
in that case, Bannofix, your horse was probably left in the stables.
We should go back for it then.
I guess that is an oversight because it feels like
Tarathian.
something I would have taken with me. It doesn't really matter.
And you would have
But
probably
you actually explicitly said to leave the horses.
you would have actually had the rapier on the horses,
I
right?
could- Did,
We can
did
probably
I,
go back
did
in
I
the
say that?
Tarathian.
We can check.
Two horses were left in the stables and two horses were taken by Jim.
You don't think they
So
might
the
ask
two-
a
the
few
two-
questions on arrival?
The two
Well, the
horses
thing
might be Maynards and Dashes.
I can
Jim's
be
got.
disguised.
No, to be mine and
Disguise self.
Aragin, the warhorse, and the.
But I think
riding.
if we, instead of going back to Tarathian, we might as well just go back to Ryman Castle if we wanted to pick up horses and a carriage.
Well, possibly, but the thing is, we want to pick up.
Yes.
Yeah, with those, if Bannox
The
has
ones
left
in
a
Tarathian are
horse,
probably
Right.
seized.
maybe, but we could try and
By
find
now.
out and then make off with them.
It will have been like
75
a
gold
week
pieces
by the
worth of
time we get back.
horses.
Yeah, well, it's already been a week.
Wow,
I think
yeah, 400.
yeah, it's been
horse.
it's been almost a week and a half, which means I think, like, if I wasn't paying rooms for rent, I'd be taking those horses, especially a 450 gold warhorse. Like, in fact, I would have led that around the back when somebody came around looking for them.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
never
No,
mentioned it was their
warhorse.
warhorse. You'd sell it straight back to the markets. Ah, there goes. Uncle gave me a warhorse. You know?
If
So
we're sneaking around, we probably could find out.
I
where
d-
the horse is.
I'd tell you what, it would take 5 seconds for us to snag and like sell on or keep a warhorse. and make
Okay,
off with it.
I reckon now
Yeah,
that we know that
any
Sir
chance we got.
Clydeman and his man have gone north,
Yeah,
we should go after the other guy at the BHB on the north side. That Sir Kitten or whatever his name is.
It's not BHB.
We went over this.
We could just smash
He's
him.
got like some kind of undead mansion.
All right, it's time for a mind map.
Whether we want to storm that. Yeah.
That's pretty normal.
Is everybody ready to workshop this out? Get a whiteboard going. Like, okay, what are the
SWOT analysis?
Yeah, let's get a SWOT going. What are the options? We go up north and deal with Clydemont. We try and deal with the nursemaid. We oust a black dragon from his lair, his or her lair. Let's go ahead and just draw a line through that one.
Yeah, just to be
Oh,
inclusive of the possibility it's a she.
correct, exactly. I don't want to into the dragon, but I think if the second thing on the list that would be just as crazy would be taking out Sir Kittenpaw's building, which
Why?
would be, well, it's reputed to be. It's basically like attacking Axel Manders' place. You understand, right?
I didn't get that sense.
No, but
He had a few bad words to say.
but if all the words that were said during a D&D lesson session, I think you probably hear about 6% of them just off the back of my head, maybe 7.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I definitely got the sense that was someplace we didn't want to go right away.
Is that true?
So that's why I think
do we
want to
get
consolidate, go a few levels.
Do we get a sense that that place was pretty dark and foreboding?
Well, that's something you need to tell me.
I didn't. I'm normally pretty cowardly about these things, but I felt like the option was definitely there to go and get some payback.
Have you ever seen the Star Trek Discovery? Like the newer one?
I've seen a bit of that.
They've got that weird alien at the top that has the gangling shit that sticks out whenever it's like sensing fear and stuff.
Yeah.
First moment I watched it, I was just 100% reminded of Neil because it's like taller than just about everybody else. He just goes around in a constant state of terror, like all the time. It's just but yeah, you're probably right. You might have picked up on shit. That's a dangerous thing to do. Oh, do you want to explain where you got the sense that this place was the pit of doom and we should avoid it at all costs?
Well,
and I just want to counterpoint that. He thinks attacking a black dragon's okay. So if he had the sense that this was pretty bad, I just want to understand.
Yeah.
Where did the intel come from again?
About
Who told us
Kidden?
about that? Yeah.
That was the Lord Inquisitor as he was
That's right.
as he was unlocking the gate, or maybe after we've locking the gate back up after you.
Oh, I was picking up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he didn't make it sound like a good place to go. Maybe he wants us to kill him.
Wait, telling us not to go?
Well, but just by telling us that he was involved. He didn't actually tell us not to go there. But he obviously.
Right.
He said something about undead.
We could interrogate him.
Okay, hang on. Who remembers what? So, you're all listening.
We had a whole person.
You're all listening. So, you're all listening. So, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I want to help you.
We can also we can go back and watch it.
Yeah,
you can. Yeah, that's true.
Let's pause the game. We'll pick up the session next week once we've.
You can, but that's very metagamey. But sure.
Well, I'm assuming
I'm not going to help you now, though.
Okay, so anyway, we've listed out 4 of our options so far, right? Black Dragon, hellish place on Earth, owned by a knight that's a kitten, and then we've got Sir Clydemont, and then we've got the nursemaid. We've also got going back into Tarathian to try and deal with the grasp and the BHP, which doesn't sound like a great idea either. And the other one we've got is go deal with the Earl in somehow shape or form, which also sounds bad. So in order of shit ideas, it starts with killing a black dragon, then it moves on to the place of hell with Kidden.
What you're saying is killing a black dragon is actually only the slightly more.
It's like okay.
Oh shit! I'm not really sure.
Yeah, and then the Earl, and so I think we're left with the 2 options of Clydemont or dealing with the nursemaid. The nursemaid requires, we believe, a mage, and that's G, and so we probably need to go back. G's probably going to meet us, right?
Or possibly Mary Leigh.
Possibly, but G said she'd help out, and we told her where we were going. We were heading north, so maybe we just need to keep heading north with the plan to head towards Clydemont. If she reaches out to us before we get there, then we go fuck up the nursemaid.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan to me.
See, because I think we need somewhere we can base ourselves and consolidate.
Yeah.
And then we can hunt the nursemaid because that'd be good XP. By the time we've leveled up a little bit, because in terms of our enemies, Sir Clydemont is obviously only a knight. Same with the Sir Kieran guy. So we want to target them before the Earl.
100%.
Because surely the Earl is going to be the more powerful of those 3.
And also, he's not going to be looking for us in his keep, Sir Clydemont, right?
Yep.
Assuming he even knows we escaped. So it'd be quite cool to be sleeping under his nose. And then we can actually...
Is it metagamey if we come through the secret entrance?
Well, I was wondering if we could torture him in one of Varen's downstairs rooms that he was sleeping next to the portal. Because there's going to be some torture, and Greystone seems to be the place where we do that to get information. And then you can go ahead full circle and lop his head off on the top of the thing. It'd be great.
We've already been into Greystone prisons in this campaign.
Have we?
Yeah, I got locked up there when we went up, and our Aragin had his night out at the Orc whorehouse.
I don't think I was there for that one.
Maybe not in mind, but in body you were.
Maybe I blocked that out. Oh, that's right. You ended up at a random door with a couple of orcs. Was that right?
When I realised what was going on, I just legged it.
Yep.
We got arrested.
So that's the plan. We're going to keep heading north and hope G catches up with us.
I don't know. I'm not
Well,
sure.
I think we do need somewhere safe to base ourselves.
Surely Avatar is
what-
the safest.
Well, where's closest?
Somewhere we can.
Where's closest to
got the
Greystone
Collegian.
without being too close to Greystone, but
We've got
still
the-
north,
Yeah,
where we think the
Let's-
Blackbird or whatever it is can find us.
maybe somewhere just over the other side of that Tar River again, near Three Waters or something.
I don't want to spend a
So,
session trying
yeah.
to get over that fucking river. When was the
I surely we're more powerful now.
Where was the where were the magicians? Not
swimming
magicians, the
late now.
musicians. Where were the musicians again? Where were they supposed to meet us?
They were heading north.
Yeah, but they were going to give us word, and now we're close within range. I'm assuming no word has popped up
Yeah,
at this point.
as we go up northwards.
No,
to
but
see
this
if
is
they get
a
in
while
touch.
back. This is like a while back now, so you're not really sure.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we go down to Avatar, get our carriage, our horses, and we stay with the Collegian household, where no one can find us.
Avatar.
Yeah. Why don't we
Tarathian.
Avatar maybe? Isn't that going to be the safest place?
You're talking about Roman Castle.
Yeah.
You want to go home?
Yeah, it feels a bit close to Tarathian.
That's where we started, right? It would feel like
It's several days from Tarathian. It's like a couple of days from Tarathian.
And your mum's also somewhere up north, so
Yep.
Shouldn't need too much more gold before we've saved up enough to have a hoonigan.
Coppers, you mean?
Yeah, I was going to go with silvers at best. But, okay.
Bronze. I'm not sure any of those really stand out. It's not clear to me what our purpose is and where we benefit the most. Seems to me that the main thing that we need to figure out is who wrote the list.
Well, I think we found that out. G and a fellow person from the Abbey wrote the lists on commission from
and
a guy.
The Order of the White Rose
Yeah.
at Escarbridge Abbey
Oh, we forgot to fucking ask
is-
them while we were there.
is not that far away. It's back behind you. But yeah.
Should we go back and ask them about it? See if we can get the other pages of the list?
Well,
Actually, how do we know that they wrote it?
She said she was working with somebody from, or they were working on it as well, because her trades and information, and she knew somebody was working on it. So she got part of the list, and they got the other part of it.
So she got offered a lot of money by this guy,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Sideburns, to build this list.
And
also,
Sideburns guy is
she found out
Sasha or whatever it is in
A1.
disguise.
It doesn't have to be the one.
Maybe.
A1, right? Could be more than one, but maybe.
and
we
she
don't.
found out
Hmm.
that a guy potentially called Fleming, I might need to check that, but like Father, no, I don't think it wasn't him. It was well, you might not remember right now his exact name, or was it Robbins? Might have been Robbins. So she found out that some senior clergy guy was this guy called, that's it, Derek Robbins, that had also been commissioned to research the same information. Now, she was paid a lot of money, so whoever was doing this had financial resources and was like prepared to throw money around.
Yeah.
That was the implication.
Derek the cleric gave the list over. So maybe we should go see if we can get that list. Because
That's
I'm
probably a good
sure
idea.
a member of the White
Is-
Rose isn't going to be stoked with the idea that the list is being used to target people.
Yeah, let's get the other half of the
Hmm.
list.
Or the third, yeah.
If we go back down there, we might as well pop into Ryman Castle afterwards and see if we can get our horses.
So
That's-
hang on. So let's look at this. Look at the map and look at the map in Roll20. You're
That's
currently at
basically a
Alderwin
day.
Market.
Yeah, it's a day to get back down. Took us a day to get up there.
Yeah, but I think
So-
Roman Castle's way south. Isn't it?
So it's a lot of walking. Like, what's the overall plan? Because if the overall plan is like just walk back and forwards and make it really hard for anyone to try and work out what you're really trying to do, like maybe that is quite good to like go up to Alderwin Market and then go back down to It's like
All
it's
right.
like, okay, yeah, people will have seen you, but like your movements are gonna get so confusing that it's gonna be hard to trace you.
Is there a ring?
Especially if we
is
just walk
there-
back there at night.
Yeah, but what happens if we walk into some people that just arrest us because they're on the hunt for us because they know we've fled north?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, well,
that's the
that's why-
danger.
I reckon we go and get the bloody horses and stuff and travel at night by carriage
Your
and
dad,
go off grid.
your faux dad's probably got word that you've been arrested already, right? That would be like an appropriate thing to have sent to them. So if
Oh,
we go
yeah.
if we go down there, we're probably I don't know. Were you kind of a dick as a kid, Aragin? No, almost certainly was. Were you?
Yeah,
Is
safe
that,
to assume.
so as a stepdad, he's probably going to have you arrested like almost immediately. But look, the ultimate goal, right? We don't actually know. We assume the Earl's the bad guy, yeah, because he's hanging out with the Medine, and so that means Climont and Kitty Pants, bad guys as well, and the Grasp probably being used by those guys to do whatever. They're the ones that are all in cahoots together.
So you're
And
making
we're
it
assuming.
connecting these dots, but Dougal just told us all this.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm just repeating it just in case it was one of the 93% that you don't
94%.
that you didn't hear. But if that's true, then we're assuming also that is the group that's sending the nursemaid around the place to capture children. Like we haven't really figured out why the children are being captured or why it's important that the Medine children were being captured, right? So
It might be unrelated though.
could be completely
The
unrelated.
nursemaid and these four who
Yeah.
are probably just interested in eliminating Bannofix fine.
I think personally, taking care of the nursemaid would be a good thing to do as a priority. But in order to do that, we need some magical assistance.
If we could find her.
Yeah, we don't know where the musicians are. They were looking for her, and we don't know where she is, and we don't know where G is, and so
We don't know where Jim is either.
We don't know where Jim is, and we're
So
unsure
if we
where our
just
horses
randomly
are.
wander around, we're bound to find one of them.
Well, that's what we have been doing.
The other 2 pages of this book from the Abbey first.
1 page, I think, right?
Yeah, I
Page
guess
1
we
and
probably
3.
should go back down there.
Let's, because we're quite close to that, so let's do it.
Yeah, let's just
But
make that the
let's
first
make
page.
sure that we don't
Decision
get
made.
arrested on the road because we're nervous that we could get arrested.
Hey,
Yep, but
Yeah, so maybe
we can do a
should
bit of
actually-
damage, so we can fuck someone up. If they try and do
We
that.
should hang around here and travel at night
okay,
to get back down there.
sounds like a plan. We'll do it at night. Quick question:
'Cause then
what
we'll
happens?
act like
to
we're going to be here for a week or something, and then just disappear in the night, and no one will be sure which way we've gone.
What happens in Grendor Moor, by the way? Dukes?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so
What
so
goes on
basically,
there?
Right, I'm not going there.
so
So
what's
important.
okay?
It's written really well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like pointed out. It's like if you can't read it, it's definitely Grendor Moor.
Yeah,
Where
no,
are you looking?
I wrote Grinder
not-
more there because I was trying
Oh,
to.
you
see
Oh,
what it said.
Oh, so that might not be Grendor Moor. That's just where your mind went straight away.
Oh,
I've got it red
I think
line.
it's Grendor Moor.
It could be- okay, all right. So,
No, where are you- where are you
Dukes'
looking?
deal.
on the Roll20 route.
Yeah, the Roll20 map under Alderwin Market to Escarbridge. The words for it, east, Hin, and some penmanship work would be.
Yeah. Neil's alleging there's some kind of homosexual swamp.
Hang on. Got you. We got you. Okay, so that's where Dash is heading. And all right, so okay, so we're on the Thursday of the 11th
Bannofix
in
is
Alderwin Market at night time. It's in the evening now. Okay, so
Pull yourself
you've
together.
hired a
Oh, they've got him.
Of a
You've hired a
sexual
dog?
swamp. Oh, dear.
So question is, when do you want to head back to Escarbridge? Because if you head back right now after being a day on the road, like that will be exhausting.
Yeah, I think
But
we want to stay the night, and then
okay,
wait the
so stay the
following
night,
day, and then
stay the
travel
night,
that next night.
and
You
we get
better
to the
yet?
Friday.
You're getting there. It was the alleging
Is,
part.
is the Grendor Moor the kind of place you want to stop by during the day or the night? So it might dictate our travel plans.
It was the alleging part that was so good. There was alleging. Sometimes after.
Yeah. So you spend the day in Alderwin Market. Is there anything else you want to do in Alderwin Market?
Oh my god.
I think so. We've got enough food now. We're okay.
Don't think we have any enemies here.
Okay. So you're walking around Alderwin Market, and you're just resting. You're hiding out, resting, keeping quiet. Like, okay, that's fine.
No, they're going to tax us
Eating a lot.
across the river. That bastard.
And
So-
in the yeah, so Escarbridge, to cross the river, you have to. There is a bridge. There's a toll bridge, and Alderwin Market is also a toll bridge. But like if you wanted to avoid that, you could like ride up the river or something, and then.
No, we don't
Yeah,
have
like-
horses or anything anymore.
But it's not going to be easy with a
Not
hand
toll.
cart.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's right. We've got a bloody hand cart.
What are we going to
No,
ride
but
up the river?
we'll pay
to?
the toll.
So
Right,
it's
that's
not a
good.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you-
but in the evening, you're going to head back overnight to reach Escarbridge, and you do that. You pass by Henderin, drunken middle of the night, walking through the night, and you reach Escarbridge before dawn.
1 hour of game time later.
Yeah, so Escarbridge before dawn, you get back
Go to the abbey.
to Escarbridge, and you're approaching Escarbridge. The abbey is on your side of the river.
We'll head off there.
Okay.
Catch them when they open up.
Okay, so you do. And then about 7 o'clock in the morning, you open you head up. Yeah, by the way, it wasn't Grend, it was Grendor with I just want to point that out with an E.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Never be that again.
That will forever be known as
There's definitely a
Grindr Moor now.
circular eye on top of the.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's basically being renamed now.
We're never going
Yeah,
there.
okay. So you do that. You head to the and now we've got to the we're on the morning of the Saturday. Okay. You get that the door is opening and you're basically just camping outside the door of this the main door opens. And the two monks opening the door squint at you, and one of them says, "It's them! Close the door!" What are you going to do?
What do you mean them? We'll stick our. Can we stick our foot in the door or prevent them
Yeah.
from?
Yeah, try and prevent
Yeah,
them
you're
from-
stronger than them.
Yeah, barging in.
And they try and flee.
It's
Wait,
them.
where you go?
Uh-oh.
I'll
So
spear tackle one of them.
fucking has news of our arrest travelled everywhere
Okay.
throughout the duchy. Has it?
Okay. What we're gonna have to
Fuck's
do? Let's Okay. Add to new battle, and we're gonna add
Battle doesn't sound good. Maybe I need to come back as with disguised self or something like
Okay,
that.
initiative.
God damn it!
Well, now you think of that.
We're not going to attack monks.
No, I was
Well,
just
Aragon's trying to tackle one of them.
Well, yeah, I was just going to tackle him, so we're going to ask him some questions, but we're not going to hurt him.
Are you going to lay your hands on a man of the cloth?
That's exactly what he's doing.
Just a little.
I'm sorry.
And Bannofix, initiative Bannofix.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, I'm sorry, I've lost the plot a little bit. What is actually happening right now?
We're at
We might be
the Abbey.
about to commit.
We're just south of Grendor Moor.
Yeah.
We're getting attacked in the Abbey, is that right?
No,
The priests have realised that Dash is a homosexual.
Aragon, you make a grapple attack.
Yep, I'm going to be
on one of
careful
these
that I'm
guys.
not trying to hurt him. I'm not going to like crash tackle him or anything in my plate, but I'm just going to yell, "Wait, what's going on?" and just try and
Okay, so
grab onto his
either
arm.
if you're going to tackle him gently, that's going to be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'd rather do that than
You're going to do that.
End him.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So let's see. A 2d20.
So. That's not great. Can I precision strike my 6?
No, it's an athletics check.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, you gently tackle this guy, and what are you saying? You basically he's running off, and you just basically you run up, and you just grab his shoulders.
Yeah, and I'll just
his
say,
his legs keep running, but his torso doesn't.
Yeah, just say, what do you
It's
mean?
a gentlest tackle, but still successful.
What's going on?
Hmm.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Why did you say it's
just
them? What do you mean?
Murderers!
Murderers. All right, I'll just let him go, and I'll just
They're not murderers.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've
just
got
gonna let them run off.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
murderers?
and I will yell after him. It wasn't us, but then we'll just leg it.
Which
It's not
murder,
being
though? I mean, it could be, but I don't think it's the one you're thinking.
Okay. Okay, Maynard. Do you want to do anything?
No.
Right now, you guys have done it.
Fireball. Lightning bolt.
No.
Okay, does anyone want to do anything?
No, we're not
basically
going to
just
attack
leaving.
these guys.
No, I think, where do we want to hide out? Do we want to go to the Eastwood or are we going to have to go to the Grendor Moor?
I think we need to set the record straight here.
If the word's already got out, we need to get out of Dodge.
No, but
We're not going to convince these guys.
Well, we should...
Okay, so within a minute, a minute, they have locked. They have barred the doors closed.
Yeah.
And like one of them from a kind of like lookout tower is watching you.
Can you come? Can we come back here? Like, can we leave and then can you come back here?
Come back here disguised.
Disguised, yeah. I think that would be the way to go because we do need to find the answer.
So which way are you going to head from here? You have got the handcart. There's a path going back to Escarbridge.
Further along the river.
Escarbridge, and there's a path going. There's a path going.
And then double back.
Eastwards.
Yeah, I got to take us
path
to
going
Grendor.
We could hide out behind the moor.
Roughly in the direction of Grendor Moor.
Yep.
Now, I don't think you've ever been this way, so this path goes somewhere.
Okay, let's follow the path somewhere.
Well, the thing is, because they're watching us, we need to basically just get out of their view, and then we'll go somewhere else.
I'll cast Pass Without Trace as well, so we can kind of make it a little harder for us to be seen in the dark. And we'll just use no light.
I mean, it's not dark anymore. It's like it's getting lighter and lighter, but the sun's not quite visible, but the sky's definitely getting it's going to be visible very soon. But you head eastwards up the river. You reach the Brandy Burn. There is a rickety wooden bridge over that. There is from there is a kind of river going northwards to a forest, and beyond that the Grendor Moor. You get ahead, stay on the path.
Yep, for a while, and then we need to double back around to what are the different
Okay.
places.
So how long is this for? A while, because you
Oh.
have got a handcart. It's fine. It's fine on the road. As soon as you try and take it off road, it's going to be really slow going.
You said
Just
it,
need to
Ari.
get out of
We're gonna
sight
get
of the-
punished with a handcart.
You could also hide it somewhere if you wanted.
We'll just go.
I think we're going to have to travel by night. I think from now on, it's clear we're not going to be safe in the duchy traveling by day.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to abandon the handcart.
Oh, fuck.
and
Can we
start-
carry everything in it though?
Well, you could keep it. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have. You could
Bandits.
carry everything in it. It's going to be heavy, but basically, you've got food, and you've got basically all your just general gear.
We've already probably eaten through a lot of the food.
We should sell the handcart.
It'd be worth
How far up? How far up do you want to follow this path?
Just to out of sight of the
Yeah.
watchtower. I think.
Okay, so
Then
basically,
we want to try and
you've
double
gone-
back round.
Yeah, you've gone a couple of miles, and you've gone up to that bridge. You're at the bridge. What do you want to do from there?
Which bridge? It's on the map.
So you're just slightly northeast of Escarbridge. You've gone maybe 2 miles. By now,
Right.
the sun's come out, and we're into the autumn now, but it's a very still overcast day, and it's not cold.
All right. So, do we want to find somewhere to hole up? We can sort through the equipment and work out what to keep, while
So
Maynard
looking off to your
disguises
left,
himself and pops back down there.
looking off to the left in the distance, you can see high ground and you can see a forest.
I wonder what the
Maybe we
DC
should
is
go
going to
and
be.
hide
About.
in the forest.
We didn't get to ask any questions, right? They just pointed at us and said murderers, right? So we don't know what they're there for. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just be funny back if Maynard comes back, just some funny glasses and a nose on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eye patch.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
It's,
make sure that the disguise is on point.
Yeah. How does that work actually? Do they get a check, or if you're recognised, it's just going to be a balls up?
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
no,
they have to
no.
spend an entire action investigating to get a role.
You do recall that Auntie Gertrude,
Hmm.
she was also there, disguised. You don't know whether that was magically or some other way, but she was talking to this guy, Father Robbins,
Hmm.
and she didn't talk to him for long before he became very suspicious. And you remember, she said she had to leave in a hurry.
Right, but it was magical though, so I might be able to sense that this will be an actual disguise.
Well, the thing is, disguise self is a
Oh,
magical
sorry. I
disguise.
thought you actually
So
had
she
the
will
ability.
probably-
I thought you had the ability to disguise yourself. Like,
Nah, it's a spell.
To
So
run.
they may well look to see through it, possibly.
okay.
And
Yeah.
see the murderer.
But we do need to speak with them, regardless. If you can get,
do.
because you're very convincing, if you can get in there and have a conversation and explain everything and say, look, I am disguised. There's a reason for that. Here's what we're seeing. The list you gave is causing people's death, left, right, and centre.
Hmm.
Maybe you can, and we can be close by.
Yeah.
You can send us a message if something goes wrong.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, the thing is,
You
right,
convinced them of our innocence?
Escar
Yeah.
Abbey is on a kind of, it's on a bit of a mound, and the terrain around it is basically just tilled vegetable patches and stuff like that. So it's not like there is forest that you can just creep up close.
Yeah, but I can stay relatively close, so just be the two of us.
Right. Yep, that's
Yep.
true. Okay. So
If you were quick, you could wild shape into a horse,
Yeah.
because one rider would be obviously a lot different than the group of 4
Hmm.
that were there hours before.
Yeah, it's not far. It's not far back to the abbey from where you are. I mean, it's a couple of miles, but it's or yeah, at least a couple of miles. But it's well, you don't actually have to wild shape until you get closer. And the country, I mean, it was still very early by the time you're coming up this way, but it's kind of cereal country. So you have to assume there'll be people coming from Escarbridge to work. The later the morning gets, there will be people. So from the bridge, what's everyone doing? Dash and Aragin, you've got the handcart. You want to get it off the road. I mean, there's not a lot of cover here, but you could maybe, in 10 minutes, you could probably get it up the burn, up the brook kind of thing, and find somewhere to stash it. Or what do you want to do?
Yeah, just out of sight of the road.
Okay,
Yep.
it's going to take you a while, but
Yep.
it sounds like you might have time. Bannofix and Maynard, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to turn into a horse and he's going to ride me.
Okay, and how far do you want to go before you do that?
We'll try and get within an hour. Yeah. So that.
Well, you're only 2 miles, so
Yeah.
it's only going to be.
Yeah, so he can gallop me. He can gallop me there.
We just want to make sure that
What you could possibly do is you could just start walking back, and as soon as you see someone,
Cool.
you could, as soon as you see someone in the distance, hang on, you've got the sun at your back, so you're going to see someone before anyone like a peasant. You're going to see them before they see you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so can you roll me a d20, please?
Both of us?
And this is basically just to see how far you get before you have to start wild shaping. That's all it is.
halfway.
11. Yeah, okay, so you get about halfway there, and then you see a group of 3 guys carrying looks like might be spears, coming, walking in your direction. They're a fair way off.
How long does
It's
the
highly
sky self
unlikely
work?
they've seen you yet.
How long does the sky self last for?
1 hour.
Okay, cool.
Believe.
And how far away do we think we are?
You're about halfway.
But how long in terms of hours, minutes to travel there and have a conversation? Like, is it like 20
And
minutes
get
away?
back to where you are.
Oh no, not necessarily get back to where we are, because I can wild shape again, and he doesn't need to disguise himself when we leave. Like, he just
Right.
needs to make sure that the disguise holds until he walks out the front door.
Yeah, you've got maybe.
You're only a mile away now, aren't you?
Yeah,
So
you got
if
maybe
are-
you could get back there in maybe, let's say, 20 minutes
Cool.
riding, even faster.
Cool.
like 20 minutes to cover a mile.
Yeah, not on horseback. It'd be faster.
Yeah, Roger Bannister did
On
it in 4
horseback,
minutes.
faster.
Yeah, reckon a horse could do it in a few.
Okay, so you but you also don't want to alarm people by like galloping at full tit towards the abbey, because that might be a bit scary. So you best
So it's up to you.
you best put your
but-
disguise on now, then Maynard, and
Just remember, it's rollback.
Yep.
It's rollback riding, is it? Bareback?
Bareback. yeah, raw back.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But graphic, yeah, it's bareback.
Okay, so Maynard, what are you going to
Yep.
disguise yourself as?
Just basically I mean, if I need to disguise myself as someone, I'll just it's basically just another person that's not me.
Make a cleric.
I was hoping for
Yeah,
a
or,
little bit more
Or someone in the
elaboration,
Duke's
but
court.
Yeah, or could just
Pretend
like,
to be someone in the Duke's court who needs intel or something like that. So
Oh, but
someone they'll talk to.
You'd have to know a few things. Right? Maybe you could.
okay, cool. So
Okay.
so Maynard disguises himself as someone like very generic, someone who doesn't look like Maynard.
yeah, I mean, it could be someone like Jim Bannerman.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
unlikely to know him.
Maynard disguises himself as something he imagines is vaguely like Jim Bannerman. And you pass by these 3 guys. They're not carrying spears. They're just carrying farm tools.
Yep.
And they look kind of curious. And they just say, "Morning." And it's probably something like 8 o'clock in the morning. About 15 minutes later, you get to the abbey. The doors are open.
Now,
There's a guy in the watchtower,
yep.
and he just as you come near it, he calls out, "A rider approaching."
Now,
And
have we
they
come
look-
from the
they look-
east?
Yeah, you've come from the east. They do look quite suspicious.
Fuck.
These two guys at the gate.
Okay.
I'll take a shit on the doorstep when I leave, not before.
Right. But you're kind of like working on it.
Yeah,
You're working on it now.
I'm limbering up.
You're kind of thinking up it, like stretching a bit,
Yeah.
like
Sorry. Getting those stomach
squeeze here
muscles
and there,
sorted.
but not too much.
Yeah, not pushing too hard.
Okay, so Maynard.
Yeah.
You're gonna ride up to the gate, jump down.
Just thinking of how this is going to work. This is going to look a little bit suspicious. So, 4-meter
Okay.
is dashed off. I take it there's very few people that sort of head up this way. It's probably quite unusual that people approach from
It's
the
not a main road.
east.
Just say,
not a main road.
just make up a story about why you're up there, and just say you saw 4 people tearing off up north. Oh no, how would you recognize them? I'm not sure you'd recognize. Don't remember that.
Bannofix, you're now you're now too close for Bannofix the horse to be able to talk at all, even though you couldn't actually talk. Okay. Maynard, you're
Yep.
up to the gate. What do you want to say? See. Hello?
Hey there.
What's your business?
We need to speak to someone in the abbey.
Yeah, what's your business? Who are you?
My name's Jim.
And who are you? Okay,
Yep.
Maynard.
Yep.
Maynard is normally very, very smooth, but right now he's wrecked with indecision. He knows his name is Jim. He hasn't worked out his story yet.
I can't help but think it might have been useful to have a plan
Yes.
before
Okay.
you ride up to the door.
And
I
one of them
think you're
says, you look like you've had a fright. Did you see anybody on the road?
Yes, there was 4 people. Why do you
And
ask?
what are they doing?
They were heading east. I didn't stop.
Okay, can you roll me a d20, please, Maynard?
Why do you ask?
And you're opposing a 17.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Oh, you might be right. You're very good.
Okay, Maynard.
Yep.
You just get the impression that they're very, very suspicious. And one of them says they didn't have a horse. Oh shit, that's on location. Sorry, I'll just get this right.
The horse lets one out.
Okay, I just had to read the backstory. So I need to. So there's a priest called Robbins. That's who I need to speak to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and
You're
he
the
says,
cleric.
should we go and get the abbot? He says, no. Like,
There's There's a
Who
priest
do you
called
want to speak to?
there's a priest called Robbins I need to speak to.
Why?
It's some private business between me and him. You may ask him after I've spoken to him, but I cannot reveal what I need to speak to him about.
And your name is Jim. What more should I tell him?
Tell him I have some information for him that he will want to hear. It's about a job that he did for someone a while back.
Is that all I can tell him?
That's
And
all
the
you can
other
tell
guy-
him.
The other guy says, yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, go and get him, but also tell the abbot. And pretty soon there are about a dozen of these guys. They've got a lot of them have got staves, and they look suspicious. And an old man comes to speak with you. You also see the you recognize some of these monks. You've been here before.
Is he still on me, by the way?
I assume he's jumped down.
No, yeah, I'll be off him and
I'm gonna start wandering around the back and munching on grass and kind of moving to a place where it's not gonna be obvious if I suddenly turn into a force.
Yeah, you've got time, Bannofix. You don't feel like it's imminent that
Yeah.
you're gonna be losing this. Okay, so he comes forth. And he says, your name is Jim. Now this guy, he's about 60 years old. He's got a big white beard.
Beatrice.
yes.
Beatrice.
So I'm gonna
Maynard, can you roll me a D20, please?
Okay. What's this for?
Finding out if you're in disguise or not. Oh.
This hopefully won't be anything to do with this disguise.
Okay, so
You don't roll for disguise self, they do.
okay. So he says, and you've got information for me?
I do. Maybe there's somewhere private we could talk. It's about a job you did.
You're basically
a while ago.
in the doorway, and he says,
With your horse. Ask for with your
Ask for what, sorry?
Brother Henry, would you give us some more space, please? And one of these monks kind of like, he backs off about 10 feet. About 20, 30 feet more. Basically, you're in the doorway, and you can discuss, like no one's, so far as you can tell, it looks like no one's going to be able to hear.
All right,
Says,
okay.
what job was this?
I know you were paid very well to research a list for someone quite some time ago.
Was I?
Yeah. I've come to give you information about that list. The list of people have started dying.
Yes, many people have died.
So I'm prepared to make a donation to the church if we could maybe get information about, I believe there was a second list.
What do you mean a second list?
Well, we only saw a few pages of the list. Actually, did Bannofix have the list? Because it would assist my story a lot
if you could frame up that I'm about to turn back into a human and have a conversation with
I don't actually know who's got the list, but I think given that in real time you would have had longer to prepare for this, I think it's fine to assume that you've got the list.
Yeah. Okay. So I will pull out the list and I'll show him the
Okay,
list.
can you roll me another D20, please, Maynard?
Okay, so for a higher roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Maynard's rolling for you.
Lucky it's not his rolling. against you.
So
Okay.
You accidentally
Okay,
pull out a
so-
dagger and stab him.
So he says, "May I?" And he takes the list. Is that fine?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, he looks through the list, and he nods. He says, "Yes, many of these names look familiar to me, and many of them are now dead."
We believe there's potentially someone who may be planning to make a move on the Duke, or maybe considering making a claim to the throne.
He says, I can tell you one thing: the Duke's name was not on this list.
No,
or not,
the Duke's name is not on the list, but
not-
the thing is,
or not contributed by me.
no.
He says, "I must also say there are names on this list which I don't recognize. Although
Right.
I do recognize most of them."
But would I be inaccurate to say that maybe the majority of the names on this list, or potentially all of them, may have some very indirect claim to the Duke's lineage? If the Duke was, I mean, the Duke he's an ill man, so he may well, it's likely he will die in the next few years.
Well, I suppose very distantly. I who are you really?
I'll drop my disguise. Is it safe to drop my disguise? Is there anyone else looking at me?
Oh yeah,
It's
there are
just
about
this guy.
20 guys looking at you,
Okay.
but from a distance.
Right. Okay. I'm one of the people on this list.
I see. Then perhaps your disguise is understandable. I must ask you something else. These people you passed on the road.
Yep.
It seems a coincidence. Did you recognize any of them?
Well, I think I need to give you the full story. So there are several people.
He says, "Very well." And he kind of like waves at everyone, and he says, "Let us go and speak further." And you walk down the there's a small road down to the main road. And he moves about 5 minutes away from the abbey.
The horse is going to follow.
The horse follows. He takes his cloak, sits down on the grass, studies the list, scratches his head a bit, and he says, "The full story.
Yep.
Let us hear it."
So I'm going to say that the travelers that were accused of murderers, basically, I am one of them. My name is Maynard. Aragin is the name of the other person on the list. We are not murderers, and I'll give him the full story of what has actually happened to us. That we were framed, and we think Sir Clydemund is behind it. And I'm basically going to tell him that, try and give him enough information to
Okay.
make it clear.
Unsurprisingly, I need
Yep.
another D20. Now, how am I going to do this?
Should be a
Okay.
persuasion check.
Yeah, this is going to be a persuasion check. Now, to fully convince him is going to be difficult, but yeah.
Can I assist by the horse just nodding? at everything that he
I'm
says.
gonna drop my disguise as well.
yeah.
I think.
Okay, so you can drop your disguise without any others being able to see your face,
Hmm,
because basically you're like sitting on the grass bank facing away from them.
Hmm.
Bannofix, you can't help right now.
Okay.
You can't do guidance when you're in a horse as a horse.
Okay.
I was just gonna
It's a
assist
19.
by nodding.
That's
Okay,
a
so
19.
did you just roll a 3?
It's a 19.
Which resolves to a 19 perception. Yep.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, that's cool. No, Black Cat does do this. Like I put in a 3, and like after about half a second, it changes to a 10.
And
It's
we've
quite cool.
finally managed to get some value out of that silver tongue of yours.
Yeah. But like Maynard.
I'm a
If we
serial
added up,
crap roller.
if we could record the average
Yeah.
of stuff like skill checks, I'd just love to see it. Because I reckon for Aragin it'd be like 13, 14.
Yeah, if he didn't,
Maynard it'd be like a 5.
if he didn't
Yeah,
have all that
yeah.
ability, he couldn't convince water it's wet. Like, it's...
Okay. So he kind of
If we average out me and Aragin, I reckon
He looks
it's basically
pretty surprised.
even.
He says, so basically, he says, so you believe Sir Clydemont has falsely accused you of murder?
Well, it appears that way because I'll kind of explain how we got out. So I'll basically say, I'm going to sort of say that the Inquisitor let us out because he believes that we're being framed.
Indeed. That is interesting.
That is the only way that we could have escaped a dungeon.
Okay, so like, how can I help you?
Well, what we need to know.
Can I pass this on to others? What you've told me?
Probably prefer that you leave the name of the Inquisitor out of this. But suffice to say that we have been falsely accused, and we're sort of what I need is the second part of this list.
Well, this is not my writing. I've certainly passed on some of this information. But I believe there are names on this list I don't recognize. And he says I could tell you some of the names which are missing from the list.
That would be helpful.
The 4 of you who are accused of murder,
the murder we were accused of was, I mean, I would have explained all this to him, but like, it was our father.
He says, yes. This man Bannofix.
Yep.
It's my belief. He says, you understand what I was asked to research?
We think you are asked to research all of the descendants of Bannock or his son Bannofix.
No, Bannocks.
Bannocks, right? Okay.
And I'm surprised. I thought you knew this.
The descendants of Bannocks. Well, you mean the other heroes as well?
Yes.
Olin, yep. Reed.
Olan, Reed, Varen, and also Gust.
Oh, okay.
Also Gust the Mariganti. And yes, on this list, let's see now.
Mariganti children.
The shepherd Bannock. I'm just trying to actually my eyes are not so good. And he's kind of like squinting at this list.
Oh, they're all sleeping with each other. That's how he points it out.
Hang on, isn't I thought, yeah, Bannock the shepherd in Avatar. Yes. And I determined that he has a son. He has a son called Bannofix. I don't see him here. But I did pass that on also.
Okay, so Bannofix his name was on the list.
It was on the list that I passed on.
This seems a
They must have
I
a
don't
very-
believe what I asked for had nothing to do with the Duke. What I was asked had nothing to do with the Duke. But there are names here I don't recognize. I believe that this list which you have found here, and may I ask where you found it? I believe this list contains names from another source, not from me. He says, but yes, many of the Black and Hand tribe. Yes, many of them I recognize. I think your list intersects with the information I passed over, but it contains different information and it doesn't contain all of the names.
So it's likely that whoever paid you to research this list was probably paying someone else as well to research a different group of names. So there's probably
Well,
something that is in common.
well, that's very possible. That seems possible.
So I think,
So how can I help you?
is there any information you can give me about the person that asked you to research this list? I mean, I'm guessing he's probably going to give the same description that, because I think we got the description of Gertrude, didn't we?
As well, yes, he was very mysterious, this man. He was in disguise, that I can tell you for sure. I can sort of describe him to an extent, but the problem is, like you, he was disguising himself. This I knew. Obviously, I didn't trust him. He gave his name as Brian. What more could I tell you about him? What would you like to know?
Another Brian.
I think if it's possible, if you still have the names, I would like to add the names that are missing from this list.
Well,
maybe you have them written down somewhere in the Abbey.
Not exactly written down in a list, but let's see. What I don't see here, I mean, I've put many, not just hours, but days into this. So I can certainly remember the relationships quite well. I don't think it would be wise for us to go into the Abbey right now. But I will tell you some missing names.
Okay, I'll note these down.
Well, let's see. Do we have Lady Reverie Morrow here? Oh, yes, I think we've got that one. The Sun Morrow. Do we see that here? The gambler.
Morrow, the gambler.
Mm,
I've met him.
Well, there's what I don't see here is Sir Thomas Kidden and all of his family.
Sir Thomas Kidden. Hmm.
Yes,
That is a surprise.
he's a close associate of the Lord Chancellor. He's a. Do you know him? He's your cousin, I suppose. Well, a distant cousin, perhaps.
Distant cousin.
He's quite an important man in Tarathian.
Actually, I'm just going to make down Sir Thomas Kidden. And descendants, did you say?
Yes.
Hmm. I'm just checking to see if Morrow was on the name, was on the list.
I think it was. Hang on, where are we?
Yeah, I think it's chapter
Morrow,
33 is where the list.
Reverie Morrow, gambler named Morrow, son of the above.
It's,
Says,
it's
yes,
on
he's
the
here.
lettered,
Yes, he
the
is
lettered
here.
tab.
Yeah, he's here. Yes, Morrow's on the list, but I don't see Sir Kidden here.
Yeah.
And I don't see Sir Kidden's family.
Hmm.
But certainly their descendants.
Okay.
It's like I say, this list contains some different names from what I found, but it also contains others. For example, these 3 or 4 younger Morris children in Edgewood. I didn't find anything to do with that. Catherine Morris, peasant woman in Edgewood. No, I don't know anything about that. The likes of Heroes Palace. Well, you see, well, I wasn't able to find out much of that, but obviously there is actually a link between Heroes Palace and Varan. So if
Yes.
the list that you've got are descendants of these 5 heroes, it could be that whoever wrote the list that you've got has augmented what I passed him with information from elsewhere. And I wasn't able to find out anything about the descendants of Varan.
Okay. I think some of these may be.
But the thing is, given that these people are dying, I'm very wary of giving anyone more information that he might not already have. And I'm afraid, Mr. Maynard, that includes you.
It does. But unfortunately,
obviously there have been many
I'm-
murders, and you're accused of one.
Hmm.
You explain that this is a false accusation, but from my perspective, I believe, quite innocently, I was commissioned to do some work which was used to compile a list of people to murder. I don't know who's behind this. And I can't be completely sure it's not you.
Yes, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
But I can certainly, I mean, it's not a secret. It's not a secret that the likes of the Morrows and Sir Thomas Kidden and the Somervilles and Sir Gregory, who has also been recently murdered. And I hope I'm not telling you that for the first time. It's not a secret that these people are descendants of Sir Baddox and Olan Ironhand.
Who did he say has been murdered? Do we know that?
He said
Sir David
Is there
Gregory.
someone else
Short
from the
and
list that
Greystone. Did you know him well?
about our father? Yes. That we have been accused of, which is
Yes, I wasn't very clear about this. I wasn't very clear about it. Seemed that you and your brother Aragin disappeared at some point. I wasn't able to find out where you'd gone. But when you were very young, you left Greystone. This I found out. Well, I'm afraid your father's dead.
accused of both my and
So,
about the vision that my father had.
I think you dropped out a little bit, by the way.
yeah, we missed some
The
of that.
connection looks a bit
Maynard,
dodgy at the
seems
moment.
yeah, it seems like there might have been a little bit missed there. Well, I will pass on what I've learned from you to the abbot. If, as you say, you're trying to escape being murdered yourself, then I
think
wish
I'm
you the
back
very
now.
best of luck. If you and your brother are the people behind this, as is now being accused, I wish you the very worst of luck. I'm not sure there's more I wish to tell you. Right, what's Maynard doing?
That's as probably as much we can get from him for now. I probably later after I've consulted my colleagues about this.
Very well. With a bit of difficulty, he gets himself up and he makes his way back to the abbey, where there are a lot of people like waiting to hear what he said. And Bannofix, you feel like your wild shape hasn't got that much longer to run. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna nudge Maynard, give him the nose.
We'll head off.
Cool.
Maynard jumps up on Bannofix's back, and Bannofix gallops off to make as much distance as he can before his wild shape
Yeah.
drops. Okay, so pretty soon you're reunited with Aragin and Dash. So the interesting thing Maynard learned there is Sir Thomas Kidden of Tarathian was on the list, which Father Robbins claimed he passed on.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, Father Robbins claimed that he passed on a list, including
Did he give you all the remaining names that were on the list that he passed on that weren't on the list that we gave him? I missed that part. Waiting.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He gave me one.
He just passed on ones which were actually on the list, and also Two more. One was Sir Thomas Kidden, and one was
Me.
Bannofix.
Yeah,
son of Ban-
I'm just wondering why people who
And
have such an
Bannofix,
aversion.
I don't think Bannofix was on the
No,
list.
it
which
wasn't.
you
It was
got,
Bannock. It was Bannock, not
but
Bannofix.
he did pass that on.
But it's weird that they have an aversion to giving us this shit, because if we're there saying we need to know who's on the other list, on the other page of the list, it's obvious we didn't get the list from the original source. We're not the ones that are rocking around killing people. Do you know what I mean? It seems surprising that they would be so concerned about it.
Well,
because these people already started dying.
Out of game, right? Out of game, it's obvious. It might be obvious that you didn't get the original list, but it's not obvious who's doing the killing.
Unless somebody from the
Not
third page.
100% obvious that the person who commissioned the list in the first place is the same person who's doing the killing.
Unless people from the third page are dying. Well, at least it would be obvious it's not us if people are dying off of that third page, which we won't know until we find out who they are. So
I mean, obviously, Father Robbins didn't fully trust anything that Maynard said, and he didn't fully disbelieve him either.
Yeah, I think also we probably shouldn't play for too much longer, because given we don't know 100% what we're doing and all that, we might need to.
Yeah, I really need to know before next session, though. I need to know what the plan is. So I suppose the interesting thing that came out of that is Sir Kidden is on the list, and secondly, Father Robbins mentioned that Sir Kidden is a close associate of the Lord Chancellor.
Chancellor.
Not the Lord Inquisitor, Lord Chancellor.
Yeah. Well, I think we did know that, because the Lord Inquisitor let us go, but he said that he's learnt that Sir Kidden, the Grasp, was it Clydement, and probably someone senior in the
Earl of Dunskara. Those are the four names he mentioned.
Yeah. Okay, so he didn't actually mention the because the thing is, it was clear that the Inquisitor was worried about someone else senior in the Duke's court. I wasn't sure if that was the Chancellor or the Chamberlain, or
certainly the Chancellor. Well, but also, okay, so if we let's summarize, if we think that the item that Ruby has is a source of power that can be wielded by somebody that happens to be related to one of those heroes, and they're wiping out all the heroes, and this guy's on the list, they obviously need somebody to use it, right? You think that's who he is? They're keeping one guy happens to be alive that's related to, I'm just wondering if that's the case, because he's not on our 2 pages. He might be on the 3rd page, but if he's not there, then
he's on the 3rd page. We just got told that.
No, we got told that he was on the list that the abbot gave. Whether or not he arrived on the page given to the Rakshasi for the people he needed to kill, that's a different story, and we haven't seen that page, so we don't know if he was actually, if he made the final list. Is the question. But if it was true,
who you mean? This guy, Sir Kidden?
Yeah, Sir Kidden. So if it was true that Sir Kidden, if Sir Kidden was going to die because this list was being driven by somebody connected to the Earl, let's say, if that was the case. So if he wasn't going to die, it's because they're using him for his lineage, right? That's my assumption, is that, you'd keep him there for his lineage and connection to the weapon.
Well, it seems to me that the list and the people behind the killings are unrelated to this conglomerate of this axis of power that's taking over. So
Not necessarily. Well, because the Grasp are the ones that were trying to hunt down that weapon, right? Whatever it was. The Grasp are part of this little cabal that is going on.
Yep.
The Badine, every time they see me, seem to want to kill me now for obvious reason. I'm connected to Kalej. But we did also believe that the werewolves took out that guy in that room, unless we think he's now a Rakshasi. He was taken out by one of those. He was taken out by what we thought were werewolves at the time. So those are kind of the linkages there. Now that doesn't mean that the Grasp aren't doing two things at once, but I don't know. It feels to me like
Right, you're talking about Sir Kenneth,
yeah,
Sheriff of Annanlisle.
yeah, that's right.
Now you thought he was killed by werewolves. He was discovered in a tower that looked hard to climb because it was an overhang.
Yeah.
And he was torn to pieces. He was like ripped up, slashed
Does seem
to pieces.
like the Rakshas's MO.
Yeah, so it could be him.
We look back on it.
But are you suggesting, Neil, that the Grasp, Sir Titsu's on the list, Kitty Pants, Clymont, the Earl, and the Medine have nothing to do with wiping out the lineage of?
Yeah,
the
I mean
heroes?
that was my first sort of take when I heard that Sir Kitten is on it. I was like, okay, then he's obviously not put himself on that list. I'd say the list is a separate thing, maybe related to the relic or to Aximandus or something else.
Well, there's a difference between finding out who's related and deciding who you're going to kill as part of that list, right? Because if it's also the question of when that list was written, do we have a chronology of that? Do we know if the list was created before or after Ruby fucked off with the weapon? We're calling it weapon, the artifact.
It was definitely created later. Well,
The list.
the research was commissioned later.
Okay.
Right. So Ruby disappeared a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And Gertrude explicitly said a year ago she was hired by a man who called himself Alexander.
Well, pick holes in my logic here. You've got an artifact that can only be wielded by somebody who's related to that. And you've got a guy in your little cabal who could do exactly that thing. But suddenly the artifact gets pinched, nicked off. And it's extremely powerful. And you think to yourself, holy fuck, it's out there in the world floating around the place. I better make sure we're the only ones who can use that. So I'm going to make sure the bloodline is killed. So I commission a couple of people to figure out who that is, then put a final list together, removing key names off of it for those I want to keep alive, and just wipe out the rest of them. Because it's too dangerous to have this thing floating around that any old bugger, because it looks like we fucked a lot. The party fucked a lot. And there's a lot of people related to that bloodline. Does anything about that seem like you could rip a hole in it? Say that just didn't happen? I'm not saying it was 100% true. I'm just like, pick a hole in that. So.
Well, I mean, the grasp would have to have Sir Kitten on the list without knowing that they put Sir Kitten on the list, or whoever put the list together would have needed to do it. If they are part of that cabal, they would have needed. Then it would have needed to add his name on.
Not necessarily, because the list was probably just researched, just like, right, who are all the descendants? And then someone like Sir Kitten might, he might have been involved in the commissioning of that list. He'd be like, yes, I'm on the list, but I'm the one that's actually, instigating all the killing because I want to be the last person left.
Yeah, I want to be the only one to wield the artifact. But that could be the case, or it could be someone on the list and it's completely not connected. He's actually on the list that a Rakshasi has somewhere and he's about to go next. That's possible. But if that's true, then they are two probably discrete plots. But if it's not, if he's not on the list, if we find that third page and he's not on it, that he's 100% part of the scenario, right? You'd agree with that?
Yep.
But the thing is, we know that there's this Aximandus relic that's headed off north with Ruby, right? And we know that happens to link back to the descendants of.
We don't know, but we're guessing. But everything seemed to have started from the moment Ruby nicked off with the artifact. So we're assuming that it's related. Otherwise, why kill off all the descendants? Because it's definitely not to do with the succession. Because none of us, like Bannofix, is not going to be putting his hand up for the Duke.
Well, that said, every time I've asked that question of someone, they kind of stare at us blankly and be like, very distant. not really any claim. These people aren't really, they don't really have a claim to the duchy. So
Yeah.
Well, some of them might, right? Like some of them might have a very distant claim. Some of them, okay, like it's stretching, right? So they're like Ragnar the half orc.
Well, my wife is
stuff like that.
technically fifth cousin to the Queen of Tonga, but I'm unsure how many people in front actually have to die for her to become the Queen of Tonga. I suspect it's like a small nuclear warhead going off in the country. So technically, she's on the path. I don't think
Who's this?
my wife. She's
Is that right?
Yeah. She's actually
That's awesome.
yeah. She's
You're shagging a Queen of Tonga.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Respect.
Her aunties actually had those big long braids and things like this, the plaited braids, and they were just killers with the jandals. But yeah. So anyway, actually, her great grandfather was the consulate.
I don't think we're any closer to solving any of these issues.
Well, I'm just saying that there's a few black holes. So do we believe that the artifact is directly connected to the lineage? That's a guess, right? If those things aren't, if that thing is true, then Ruby leaving, the list being commissioned makes perfect sense. That's all connected.
What's the curse of Aximandus? How does that work? Does it work with someone getting sent after you to kill you, or is it like?
I thought it was something that inflicted you in your actual life. So it was like a weakness or some genetic disorder or something that was debilitating.
Yeah, right. So it's not like the name that you're on a list.
Like your unfortunate paranoia, or Maynard's inability to roll high, or Aragon's inability.
Yeah, exactly. In
to
fact,
be high.
Maynard might have it.
Like,
Maynard might now have it after Sir Gregory died.
I mean,
he can't see to roll higher than a 3.
Aragon hit the dwarfism jackpot for 11, so everyone's got their problems.
That's it. I'm out.
Yeah, we should probably. I'm gonna hit stop recording now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.